Welcome to the Bass and Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from other high-quality podcasts. And now, your host, Alex from Swamp Rat Fishing, and the co-hostess with the mostest, the Jabberhammer, Paul Roberts.
I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, life is demanding without... Hey-oh! For everybody listening. Alex isn't here. Everybody watching, you already know Alex isn't here because you can see the screen. And for those that don't have a screen to see and you're listening, Alex isn't here. I heard that he fell off of his child's step stool, and it's such a long fall for him that he got a concussion or something or another, and he couldn't make it. And so, they had to wheel him around in a wheelchair, but the wheelchairs were too big. So I think they put him in one of his daughter's like little baby like strollers that they use for American Girl dolls. I think that's what he's in. So everything's good. He's safe. He's coherent as he can be. But yeah, he's not here tonight. I'm here. I'm leading this show. I'm going to make it as chaotic as I can. Actually, I'm not. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, tell you the truth. I really have no idea what we're going to do tonight. I really don't know what we're going to talk about. I kind of do. I know we're going to talk about some Hoosier basketball, hensing Gene Hackman in the movie Hoosiers. And the person we'll reference that has no fucking idea what we're talking about. And then we're going to talk about Zech, when Alex was telling me his name, and he makes plastics. So, without further ado, our guest are the two owners of Dark Horse Tackle. We have Zeke, or who I will refer to as Zech, as I spelled it earlier today with Alex. And then we have Josh Chitwood, a.k.a. Jimmy.
What's going on, Hammer?
Man, it's going good. How are y'all today?
Good, man.
I'm all right. A little tired, a little scatterbrained.
I'm looking at your partner, Zeke, and I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at me, and I'm pretty sure that three of you wouldn't make one and a half of me or Zeke. So you being tired is a sorry-ass excuse, my friend. You're too skinny to be tired.
I'm dense, buddy. I'm dense. I'm a lot bigger than I look. I'm a lot heavier, not bigger.
Alex has been saying he's a lot bigger than he looks on this podcast for quite a couple years now.
Well, I'm glad that I could fill that in.
Well, yes. How tall are you?
5'9", 69 inches. What's up, ladies?
Okay, 5'9", that's great. You're almost a whole foot taller than Alex.
Good.
I mean, y'all think I'm lying about him fitting in his daughter's American Doll stroller?
No shit.
I mean, hey, like Barbie's a big deal now, so I'm assuming it's easier to get a hold of like a doll wheelchair.
I can. Well, we're talking about the stroller, but there might be a wheelchair. But I can tell y'all don't have children's because American Girl is like the size of an actual real 12-pound baby. So the shit that they have for them is actually, it's not no little Barbie.
I got two boys, 18 and 21. I'm all done, bro.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I hope they ain't playing with American Girl dolls.
I mean, I don't look in the bedroom, so I don't know.
Man, all right. So let's get started on this thing. Y'all are partners in Dark Horse Tackle, and I'm looking at. We've already talked in the back about Jimmy here being 32. You got an 18 and 20-year-old. Who just shit their pants?
Oh, that was me moving my earbuds.
Oh man, woo! I was about to say.
That's an insane noise.
I know. So Zeke, how old are you?
44.
All right, so we got a 12-year difference. Are y'all in the same area, the same state, the same town?
Nope.
Oh,
I live in Columbus, Ohio.
All right, so not too far of a throws rock away.
About 3 hours.
3 hours? Oh man, that's an easy drive, right? You make that real. That's a day trip easy.
It gets real hard on Sunday night, man. That's a long drive on Sunday night.
Oh yeah, I can understand that for sure. I thought you were talking about something else getting real hard on
Yeah, I'm worried.
I would say, damn man, Sunday, that's pretty awesome.
Gets real hard. I don't even have to put my hands on the steering wheel.
How all right, here's what we're going to start off with,
Sure.
Okay? Hold on. Let me back a little bit. Make sure I ain't got no housekeeping I need. No, we ain't got no housekeeping. Bass and Brews, we don't keep. If Bass and Brews had a house, it would be clean, but it would be very disorganized, be disheveled at the minimum.
Cluttered, if you will.
Yeah, cluttered probably.
Hello, welcome to my basement.
There we go. Oh, I'm in my garage in North Carolina right now, and it's literally, I don't know, it's got to be 100, 105 in this.
I was about to say, you got AC in there, man?
Yeah, it's called a ceiling fan and a box fan.
Dude, it's hotter than a bull's ass up here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Dark Horse Tackle, all right?
Yeah.
Tell us what Dark Horse Tackle is, and y'all can fight over who's in charge on explaining what it is. Tell us what the hell is Dark Horse Tackle?
Well, Dark Horse Tackle is unlike any other subscription fishing product you've ever heard of, you've ever used. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not using this podcast as a platform to sell it, but I will explain the business.
Well, we invited you on this podcast, so you did not want to come on this podcast to sell Dark Horse Tackle. We invited you. So this is your platform. This is your podcast. This is you and Zech's podcast.
But we are a subscription service that every month you're getting baits from American small businesses. We are fishermen, dude. Zach and I are fishermen. We fish rain, sleet, snow, thunderstorms, ponds, rivers, streams, lakes. It does not matter. We fish where the bass are. We go where the bass are. We've gotten hate from people as far as, oh, well, you're just catching them little pond bass. Oh, you're just doing this. You're just doing, dude, blow me, okay?
That's right. We fish. I fish regardless of what my two ex-wives think about it.
Exactly. Exactly. And I fish regardless of what my mom says.
So you are not in your basement, you in your mama's basement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you stay with your mom and them.
Yes, sir.
You know what your mom and them is? You ever heard that saying?
Oh, we got Nim upstairs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He's on meth.
Oh, man. Damn, that's pretty bad when Em is upstairs on meth and you still in the basement.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of catching, people giving you shit for catching little pond fish, does it really actually matter? Because the majority of people out there that have the opportunity to go fish, that can go fish small farm ponds, have a better chance of catching fish and having a good time, right, taking their kids and catching fish and having a good time, than going out to a 20,000 acre lake and fishing off the bank. And
Jabberhammer,
you know what?
come on.
I mean, come on, man.
You got it all wrong. You see, as men, we didn't have fun unless we were the most miserable son of a bitch that spent the most money. You pulled out the tape measure and said, yeah, but at least it's an angry inch. And, these guys, they crack me up. Where I've been fishing? I fished in hell. Okay. And you know what I caught? Satan's teeth on my dick. Yeah. Dude, no one cares. That's what we care about, fishing stories. We like fishing. We sell fishing tackle from American small businesses. We just got a new website. If you're interested in Dark Horse Tackle and you're a little scared of that monthly stuff, it's July. I don't really want to get a square bill and a pack of cool jigs and a bunch of really cool shit. I just want to build my own stuff. We have a build your own box feature on our website now.
Hell yeah, it's purdy too.
Nobody offers that, dude. Like, that idea is going to get sucked up. Berkeley's going to have it at ICAST next year, acting like they fucking made it themselves. It's going to be great.
Hey, here's the deal now. You're doing the end of the podcast first, so I guess we're done. This will be the shortest podcast of Bass and Brews ever.
Thanks for having us,
minutes. Thank y'all for coming on. Zech probably barely got to talk. He just went and poured another beer. Or whatever he's drinking. I'm not sure if his beer looked like some. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. We're gonna.
I drink anything that is gluten free.
Oh my!
Oh,
this boy's gonna be
You
rocking.
have got to get on the White Claw Surge. Then it's gluten free.
I've never had this. I've never had the Surge. I can't. I got celiac. I can't drink anything that.
It's gluten free, dude. It's gluten free. And here's the thing about the Surge. It's 8
What's
alcohols.
the alcohol content?
8.
8 alcohols.
Yeah. So you drink a 24 pack.
This one's like 9.
I know, but how much sugar's in it?
Probably too much.
Good
That's
bit.
what I'm saying. So what happens is if you drink a 12-pack of those, your tummy the next morning is going to be, your dookies are going to come out looking like a soft plastic.
Ideal in plastic.
There you go. Right. The White Claw Surge, it's 8 alcohols, not a lot of sugar content, low calories. I mean, you drink a 12-pack, be feeling pretty good. I tell you what. All right, back to Dark Horse Tackle. We're going to have a lot of this going on tonight. I got to be a responsible podcast host and rein my ass back in because Alex ain't here.
You're the daddy. You're the daddy tonight, huh?
Just call me Bass and Brews Peepaw.
Peepaw. Uh-oh. How about Papaw?
Papaw,
like Papaw.
Papaw, Peepaw, Yeehaw. I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
As long as it rhymes. I'm a poet, didn't know it. I can rhyme anytime. All right, Jimmy, Josh Chipwood.
Yes, sir.
So we've got a subscription service for what you do. American-made small bait lure companies. All right. So for people that don't know, tell us real quick what a subscription box service is for fishing.
Sure. Every month for $30 a month plus $6 shipping and handling, we send you a box with 5 to 6 baits it has averaged all year over $40. It's been over $40 all year. Now, this is not a bargain box. We're giving you top quality stuff, dude. We're doing the work for you to tell you what to throw at the time of the year. Zach and I test this shit all year round. Like I said, rain, snow, sleet, hail, doesn't matter.
Yep.
We were fishing in January this year, and there was a sheet of ice.
Thank you, global warming.
Still there. And we were fishing the pockets, the 30-foot by 10-foot pockets we could fish, casting it at the ice, pulling baits off the ice and catching fish. And
dude, ice holes is a pattern.
Give me a couple of these. I'll show you a real ice hole.
Ice holes.
I was trying to come up with something real quick because ice holes. There's some enunciation people out there.
But we're talking about hand painted hard baits. We're talking about wire tied jigs, spinners, buzz baits, the whole 9 yards. I mean, these are guys. The products that we put in our boxes. So you see Josh is in his basement, and 9 times out of 10, that's where we're packing the boxes at. We buy lures. We buy lures from guys that are making baits in their basement. We pack them in our basement, and then we send them to you. Like, this is small business from start to get.
How are you finding the small time bait makers? And so here's a 2-part question.
Scrolling.
Okay, so we're on a lot of social media finding the guys making their stuff. All right. And how obviously you're not just buying something because it looks good. You're just saying that y'all test the stuff. What do you have? Do you have a testing formula that you use before you say this is good, this isn't good?
We've been doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, how do you come to the realization that this is a product we want to put in these boxes and sell?
Like I said, man, we fish. Like we fucking fish. It ain't damn. It ain't we're not, oh hey Zach, it's Saturday. I've got a couple hours. Like it's like, hey man, Friday I'm gonna be there at 7. I'm leaving Sunday, and we've got 36 hours to fish. And that's what we do. So we've been on a good luck streak as far as testing goes. Like we have yet to get a company that it's like, oh, this is actual shit. Like the eyeball test is a real thing. We try to stray away from do-it molds as best as we can. Now, if you've got a badass soft plastic formula, as far as your, if you've got some Yamamoto consistency in your baits, let me know. But other than that, we don't really mess around with do-it.
All right, how have you had people that you've had to say this isn't quite ready yet? Are you nice about it, or you're like, hey guys, just not gonna be able to be part of this? How do you approach that? Because obviously,
dude,
I think you want it to be you maybe they get their shit together and they build an awesome product. Do you want them later? But they probably get a little bit of butthurt. I'm assuming
it's my least favorite part of the job. And 9 times out of 10, the people that we're saying no to are upcoming, they're upstarts, they're usually real young, and they're excited. And it's not that they're doing a bad job. It's just that they're making the same freaking bait out of the same freaking mold that 100 other people are making. And until they come up with something proprietary or have a consistency in their soft plastics or something about, or here's a good example. Hoot Jigs. Okay. Yeah, that was good, man.
I know I can gobble like a turkey too.
You got nice. You got nice hooters, baby.
I'll show them to you later.
But so Hoot Jigs, the head on his jig is not proprietary. However, Zach from Hoot Jigs can tie an amazing.
We get it. We're talking about Hoot Jigs.
Jig. He ties a hybrid jig. It's got hair. It's got silicone. Like, it's something exceptional.
Said silicone so sexually.
Silicone.
It's fun to say.
You sound
like salsa.
You're a startup out of California. You the Silicon Valley? No, sir. I'm from the Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, all right. Do y'all have any wild or crazy stories where you told somebody that their shit wasn't good enough and they went off and you had a tiff?
Yes.
Well, tell us that story. I want to hear the worst. I want to hear the best story of a fight over you telling somebody their shit wasn't good enough.
Dude, I have the screenshots.
Got receipts.
I got receipts, bitch.
Just tell us the story. We want to hear the story.
Not only is it hard to tell people this. You ever read the book of Mice and Men?
I have not. I have read the Scarlet Letter though.
There's a part in the book of Mice and Men is about a farmhand and his buddy who's mentally handicapped, and his buddy makes a big mistake, but he has to kill him because his buddy made a big mistake. That it's like shooting a slow person in the back of the head. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like putting a dog down.
I'm not sure where this is going, but go ahead.
No. Anyway, so we used to do a bait painting contest. And we would buy these, glide baits. We would buy these big baits from Luis at Alternative Lures. And it was $25 entry fee. And we would ship them out to the guy who bought them. If you pay your entry fee, we ship them out to you. You do a paint job, people vote on it, then you win the pot, right? This is how we found painters. We found painters this way. And we had a guy who, he did a good job. He painted a good bait. He did a good job. Now, this is a story where it's not that he wasn't up to snuff. It's that he wanted to charge me $14 cost for a square bill because I don't understand. As a guy who's been fishing before he could walk, as a guy who started fishing tournaments when he was 11 years old and has probably spent more time on the water than I've actually spent on dry land, I don't understand how the bait industry works. And that's why I need to pay $14 per bait. And I asked him, I said, so what do you retail them for? He goes, $26. I said, you're telling me people pay you $26 for a fucking Lucky Craft 1.5 knockoff blank? That's what we're doing.
We're not talking.
That's not. We're not talking Little John with the microchip, man. We talking about.
Oh, it's Bluetooth. It connects to the reel.
Yeah. Yeah. So. This dude, he starts freaking out. He goes, I want my bait back. What? The one that I painted. He goes, you guys are running a scam operation. You're buying these blanks and you're sending them out and you're getting free baits off guys. You got a $250 bait off me for $25. And I said, dude, you won $500 for being the winning paint job. He won money.
Wow.
And he goes, yeah, but that's a $250 paint job. And I said, no, it's not. It's an $8 blank, dude. It's an $8 blanket. There is no
It's a
$8.
square bill. It ain't even a swim bait.
It was a glide bait. It was a glide bait.
Oh, okay.
But no, he was giving me his.
Told me square bills. No,
He was
like
no. He was giving me. I wanted square bills off of it.
Oh.
But he got pissed off after I told him he's a fucking jokester for charging that much money. So I'm like, dude, you're telling me that this bait you painted, you think is worth $250. I got 10 guys that'll pay $250 for it right now. No, you don't.
Well, if he does, great. Let him go holler at the niche
I will
that buys
stand
his
in
shit.
front of that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
You know, here's the thing about the fishing. I mean, people, especially in the bass fishing world, not saying in the bass fishing world, because I'm not in any of the other ones. You know, people get the excuse me, good gracious night, woman. People get their draws up in a wad so much, and especially about lures. I mean, people want to fight over lures and stuff. Look, I don't give a shit if it floats. I want it to float. If it's supposed to sink, I want it to sink. You know,
right?
I'm not too big of a stickler on a lot of stuff. Man, people get up in their panties about some stuff like that. That's funny. That is funny. That
now I gotta say, so it's when you're talking to a lot of these guys, there's a fine line to walk. Mm-hmm. Because so a lot of times when Josh and I are doing dark horse tackle stuff, you know, it's after work, it's in the wee hours of the night, like we're humping, we're busting our asses, and a lot of the guys we work with, it's similar. Josh and I do this because we love it. Mm-hmm. We love what we do. We love packing these boxes. We love finding the baits. We love getting them into people's hands. And it goes the same with these guys that are making these baits. Like they got their blood, sweat, and tears into it. So they're passionate about it. And sometimes some people's passion, it's a little hateful.
I'm a hater.
It comes down to the people that want to get better will have somebody look at their shit objectively so that they can get feedback and how to make it better instead of thinking that what they're doing is a perfect end product. And I think that's where I said it. You're not supposed to say I think, because when I say it, you know I thought it because I said it. Anywho,
I just listened to you talk about that for like 30 minutes today.
Right. Yeah, so that's how it happened. With Alex sitting here, I don't mind my P's and Q's quite as much because I'm listening for him to mess up so I can give him shit, and then I definitely can't mess up.
By the way, I got to tell you, man, like you gave me flashbacks to being a kid today whenever I was listening to that podcast, and you kept correcting him on what was it? I and you, or
yeah.
It was some
me versus I.
Yes.
So because and I, you and me.
My mother was very, very strict about grammar, and like I got like thumped in the back of the head every time I screwed up. And so like I'm listening to the podcast and I'm like,
Pavlov's dog effect.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll tell you what, I say a lot of things wrong on purpose, because like I'm in my own little world, dude. Zach knows it. I'm in my own little world. I see life a little different.
Literally. Little world, you and Alex, little people.
I'm just a small little man in his mother's basement, but I love
not now. Record the podcast.
Mommy! So
put it in the oven, keep it warm.
So the pizza. God damn it! I told you to put the pizza rolls in for 17 minutes, not 18.
Now my mouth is burnt.
I don't like the crisp.
I can't taste them the rest of the day because you burnt my mouth.
I say shit wrong all the time. I say shit the wrong way. I structure the sentence wrong, and I do it on purpose because I'm not one to hang around people that like to go, oh, just so you know, it's you and I. It's not you and me. Because people like that piss me off.
Well, here's the deal. I expect nothing less than, somebody from the North and Midwest not knowing how to talk, because we all know Southerners know how to talk better than anybody around.
Yeah.
It's so true.
See, y'all can't even give a good accent.
All right, Silicon, relax.
We don't even want to get into my neuroses.
We've got what Dark Horse Tackle is and what y'all do as a company. When did y'all start this? How old is it?
So I bought it off of a guy. I worked closely.
Oh, let's give him the whole story, Josh. Let's give him the whole thing. Let's give him the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle.
All right.
You ready?
Whose
You ready?
girlfriend did you steal?
Can you at least wet your fingers for me a little bit? All right. So me and an old buddy, we worked with this guy Derek, who was the original owner, and one day Derek was like, I was like, I've been sourcing these baits for 3 years. Like I've been sourcing these baits since 2020. That's all I did for Derek at the get-go. Now I didn't have a title in my email address like my old partner did. He was the operations manager of Dark Horse Tackle for free. And I've been doing this for free for 3 years, but I would source the baits, do a bunch of shit. You know, I like I said, I grew up tournament fishing. My dad manages a boat dealership. He deals with a good bit of small business guys. So I've had my foot in the door for a long time. Just understanding how these dealings work, understanding cost, margins, MSRP, things of that nature, whatever. So I was just going down the line of people that like I knew who made jigs or people I knew that painted crankbaits, you know, just going down the line. And Derek was like, dude, like this is some really good shit. And I'm like, yeah, you know, like I know a bunch of really talented guys. So it got to a point he's like, hey, I'm actually going to call it quits. Like I'm having a kid and I don't, you know, I won't have time to do this. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I'm like, so what will you take? What will you take for it? And he's like, what, you want to buy it off me? And I'm like, yes.
1 million.
He hit me with a crazy fucking number. He hit me for $18,000.
Okay.
And immediately I looked him in the eye and said, no. I said, I don't even think you've made $18,000, bro. You might have spent $18,000, but I know you didn't make it. Because, you know, we spend $18,000 pretty much every day at Dark Horse Tackle. Then we make back 8. But that's a singular 8. That's not 8,000. It's just
no, 8,000.
$8. It's just $8.
$8. Sounds like a winning formula 150 years from now.
It'll be worth it, you know. It's an accruing interest type thing.
There we
go.
I got you.
So Jason and I bought the company, $1,000 a guy, and we offered him 3% royalties for the next 3 years. And that's already been squared away because when I had my old partner, he liked the show. He liked the, you know, hey, I'm the business owner. Hey, I run the business. You know, I got the bank account. I got the money. When shit hit the fan, he left. I mean, he got shit when it was time for the rubber to hit the fucking road, man.
When COVID ended and shit got hard because
we were we were pumping out $500 a month at one point. That's good shit. I mean, that's a crazy number, dude. We were doing 5 figures
probably
a month.
Easy work too, right? Everybody was sitting at home buying lures because what else they have to do?
Fuck else you gonna do, buddy? But yeah, and you know, and I get it. There were some things that I lacked. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was Mr. fucking perfect, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I am now. But the nice
you
thing
ain't even
is
6 foot tall.
Exactly. But I'm gonna tell you what. How tall are you?
6'1".
And what the fuck are you doing not being a professional athlete? How are you going to be over 6 foot tall?
I was a quasi semi-professional athlete. I did play Division I college football.
I was going to say softball player, Reckley. No.
And a firefighter too, weren't you?
Wildland firefighter. I don't do burning buildings. I just go into burning woods.
Hell yeah, badass. The real
Canada
stuff.
needs you. Canada needs you, brother.
Actually,
you play?
no, Canada does their shit better in America. They don't get people killed like they do down here in the States. Anyway, different topic.
But
They just let it burn.
You know,
As they should. That's why the fucking wildfires are going out of control right now, because we put them motherfuckers out instead of letting them burn and do what they did back when nature controlled nature. Instead of putting them all out, then now you got these mega fires because we have suppressed fire since the 40s. Anyway, like I said, I could get into
go
that
off,
shit.
King.
Hey, I can, Hoss. I need a queen.
This is your A. I'm under 6 foot. I might as well be a woman.
All right,
were you a Hoosier?
No, not even close. I went to a real basketball school, University of North Carolina.
Nice. I had a perfect bracket in 2004.
What happened then?
They won the national championship.
Yeah, man, look, I have ADD and I drink a lot of White Claw Surge. I'm not even sure what happened yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I spent a week in North Carolina one night.
My whole family's from Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee. Let me flip that over for you.
There, I was about to say wrong way, boy.
And right there at Georgia,
tri-state area.
Tri-state area.
Yeah, Chattahoochee.
Yeah, something like that. It's we got Charlotte in the building, a little bit of South Carolina. We've got
she said.
Nope, Knox County, Tennessee.
And
then we've just got the tittle of Georgia in there. And then for some reason, the car broke down, and I was born in Ohio, and we've lived here ever since.
Well, sometimes.
I was born in Ohio too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You notice how we have those wide set eyes? That's in Ohio. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, get back to your story about how you bought Dark Horse.
Yeah. Good call.
So 2020 was easy because COVID. Everybody was fishing, buying shit.
Going into 2022. So
okay, and then it got hard, and your business partners said, "I'm out because I have to work now."
He lost interest because you
ever seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I mean, bits and pieces of it. I like when the kids fall in the chocolate river.
Okay. Do you remember the kid who was obsessed with being on TV? Mike TV. That was my old business partner. He wanted to be an influencer.
Social media is what he wanted.
I thought he was with Johnny Depp, or was he? But you were just giving you're giving an allegory.
Correct. Johnny Depp is creepy Willy Wonka.
That boy ain't right. Anyway, so yeah, he wanted to chest out and I'm the owner of Dark Horse Tackle. Ooh. And then okay, well, my job here is done. Anyways, Josh, are you gonna get those 400 boxes packed?
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you not hear me?
No.
My joke fell upon deaf ears.
You busted out for a minute.
Tell it again.
What happened?
It froze.
What froze?
You did.
Bullshit. I haven't froze yet.
No, your face was a blur, man. Tell the joke again. Come on, Jabberhammer.
You were like beating your chest. Oh, I'm in charge, blah, blah. I was like, it sounded like you traded one gorilla for another.
Yes, but at least he has a nice beard on them. Oh, never mind. Nope, not going there.
I would man hug the shit out of Zech.
Oh, Zech's a good hugger. That man.
Keep talking. I got to change his name to what Alex was trying to tell me. The names of people.
You got it. So, like I said, man, I wasn't like, I'm not sitting here acting like I did everything, but my fucking passion never left, and my passion doesn't leave. I get frustrated. I get pissed off. I get confused. I get lazy. I get I get fucking, I get down in the dumps. I get in ruts. We all get in ruts, right? How you act to get out of that rut is what's important. And he saw the rut, and he went,
I'm done.
Fuck this. Yeah. and he wanted to sell the company. And I told him, and this is when things got shitty. I told him, I said, sell it to Zach. Zach has been a fantastic customer. He's been, Zach had it all. Zech had it all.
I think it's pronounced Zech.
Zech. So
I didn't know how to get the trill over the E on my laptop.
It's a long press.
It is Zech.
But
Zech.
I was trying to work out a deal with him in the midst of building boxes, and there was a point where he just flat out gave up. He stopped putting boxes together. He stopped, finding bait companies. He just stopped. And so I started, had to pick up
the checks.
Yeah, I had to pick up. And, like there were products we offered at the time that we don't offer anymore, like the People's Champ box. It was a $75 box with over $100 of value, and
with an unnecessary fucking wrestling whatever.
Yeah, it was. Oh, never mind. A little too far.
Ridiculous.
It was a little erotic, the male kind.
Yes.
See where I'm going with that one. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, fuck you. God, that shit was tough to watch.
And that's the broken one.
Yeah. That's the one that's already knotted up, baby. So, dude, there's one day, and I'm like, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this? Da, 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 da. And he's like, figure it out. And I'm like, okay. So I figured it out. Shitty little answer, whatever. So then we start talking about owners, He's trying to sell the company for top dollar. Like he's trying to sell his half. And then it gets worse. At this point, he started trying to selling the company because my name wasn't on the LLC. You see, I never had control. Hey, look, I went into this in good faith. I am a salt of the earth, calloused hands. We do it on a handshake.
Not in business.
Not anymore. You're goddamn right.
Hell
now,
no.
see, interesting. At this point, on the other side, where I was talking to Jason, by this time he had he had floundered on, I think, $4 or $5 different deals that we had come up with.
He turned down $6,000.
Yep.
And then and Zach gave him $1,000 and a smack on the ass. Zach actually offered $6,000. So it gets to this point where I'm like, I want to work with Zach. That's the only person I feel comfortable doing this shit with because.
But Josh, it wasn't your business.
And that's exactly what I'm getting to. He texted me and he goes, well, it's not like you own the business. And I said, no, I don't. I own half of it. He goes, actually, you technically don't. I said, okay, then consider me not a part of it at all. And we had a pro staff group chat. We had everything. I logged out on Instagram, took off left the pro staff group chat, let everybody know, hey, I'm fucking out.
So did I.
Zach, dude, we started our own fucking group chat. I texted Zach. I'm like, fuck this. We're starting another group chat. He would come into our group chats and he'd come in and he'd be like, man, I can't believe these liberals or whatever, dude. Dude, I want to talk fishing. Okay. I don't get time to speak with like-minded individuals. I don't get time to teach people what to throw, how to throw it. I don't get time to talk baits.
Fish heads.
Right.
We ain't all working with fish heads. People that just want to talk about fishing.
In the release
are those group chats, those promotional staff chats, that
Yeah.
shit like that, man. That's where you get to dial it in and talk fishing and kind of forget about everything else when you can't fish.
Josh and I simultaneously unzipped, threw our shit on the table, and walked the fuck out.
Yep.
And literally everybody left.
Yep. Actually, when Zach left, dude, everybody was like, fuck this. It was so funny. And then Jason was like, well, I guess everybody just hates fishing. And that's the funny thing because he stopped fishing, dude. That's why we say we're fishermen. We're fishermen because we don't give up when shit gets hard. Like I said, man, I love this release of talking about it. Like, you ever fish tournaments, Jabberhammer? Like,
That is the only reason that I fish, because I fucking hate fun fishing. Fun fishing is fucking stupid.
So you are one of
I
those
don't
guys,
fun
huh?
fish. Yes.
You're one of those. You're one of those miserable. You're one of those miserable guys that are like, you want to know how bad my day was? And they're like, oh, jabberhammer, that's a lot.
I mean,
Anyways,
I try not to dive into the bad shit like that, but I talk a lot of shit. I'm very competitive. I'm self-deprecating on the water. I'm screaming and hollering
Fucking
and
idiot.
cussing myself. Yes, of course. And, if you fish out of a kayak like I do, shit happens in a kayak that never happens in a boat. Like you turn around to go grab a rod, and somehow that bitch has got wrapped around 8 other rods, and
you wrapped the line around the guy's how? Hey, it's just a jig, man. How's it wrapped around the fucking reel handle?
And I'm not one of these assholes that leaves it dangling at the top like my
Right.
shit's in the hook
Neither
keeper.
am I.
I mean, it's just weird. But anyway, yeah, I get you, Bo. But no, I don't like, but the people listening to this podcast have heard me numerous times. We've talked about it. Is like I want to tournament fish. I want to have something to fish for. I want to beat people. I don't want trophies. I don't want plaques. I want money. I want to beat people, and I want money. If I can get an extra $5 instead of a plaque, or a knick-knack giveaway at the LinkedIn, give me the $5. I don't care about none of that. I don't want no big ass checks. I want money. I want to fish. I want to go to the boat ramp. I want to get paid. And it doesn't happen. But regardless, I still have a good time. I enjoy it. It is a release, but it fuels a couple things. One, it fuels the fire for competitiveness. The other is, when you fucking operate like I operate, like I get bored easily. With fishing, it's hard to get bored when you're in a tournament setting, because you're always trying to catch that fish.
You're edging, man.
It's crazy, dude. Anyway, back to your story. Get us back. How did y'all end up partnering and getting to where you are now?
Fucking formed a mutiny, bro. So Dark Horse
the Jolly Rancher.
Bingo. The Jolly Rancher was formed. So
Walt the Plank, bitch.
We gave
it is fruity. Jolly Rancher.
We put some hard candy in his mouth and sat there and said, "Now chew on it." So Dark Horse Tackle was actually never LLC'd. It was LLC'd under his old company, which is his little loophole of being a shithead to me, which was fine. I get it. Because I always talked about LLCing Dark Horse Tackle. Hey, we should really get Dark Horse Tackle. Oh, it costs too much money, this anything. So I fucking call Zach. I say, hey, I got an idea. I say, I got an idea.
Baby.
This is how we're going to get it. This is how we're going to do it. He wants to take his ball and go home. He wants to play by his rules. All we have to do is LLC Dark Horse Tackle ourselves.
And an hour and a half later, Dark Horse Tackle LLC was born.
and basically it got to the point where it was like, hey, just to let you know, we actually own the business. Here's some money. Take it or leave it. Here's some contracts you need to sign. You can't badmouth Dark Horse Tackle. You will have to help Zach out with a couple things. You will have to help me out with a couple things. You will have to do your part as an ex-business owner of understanding the ins and outs of the business, because there are going to be times where I am not available. And dude, it got kind of funny. Like, there were times where like Zach would text Jason, yeah, you go ahead and tell.
Oh, dude, I
got a drink. I'll be back. Like, keep talking.
Yeah. No. It just got silly, and what it comes down to is the end result, and the end result is that the two people that own Dark Horse Tackle right now and that own Dark Horse Tackle jointly are the two people that care the most about Dark Horse Tackle, and that's how it ended up. There was a lot of unzipping and things being slammed on the table. There was a lot of chest pounding. There was a lot of flexing going on and everything else. But the way it ended up is that the two people that care the most about Dark Horse Tackle ended up with the business. And here we are. and we have been beating the ever-loving fucking shit out of it ever since.
Yep. And I'm going to tell you,
Bass and Brews, and this will be wherever you are now is the highest you will ever be after this podcast because
that's it.
I'll tell you,
you peaked. You are a 22-year-old man with the highest. You have peaked you've peaked. I'm just kidding.
So, Josh, you just jumped the fucking shark, bro.
I've been on.
Hold on.
I've been on Tackle Talk.
Hold on. I have got to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
He is too short to jump over anything of any measurable size.
Hey, man, I am an athletic fucking freak. I will tell you that right now.
Not with that fucking mustache.
Yes, I am. Oh, this prepubescent shit right here, buddy, you bet your ass. This shit stain across my lip? Yeah.
It honestly, it does look like you drank a big mug of chocolate milk.
No,
are you a day walker? Are you a ginger? You look
only
gingery.
in 2 areas of my body.
So your eyebrows, your
Sure.
your face and your butt.
My eyebrows. My one-eyed monster.
Which is also miniature.
Yes. It is. And I'm like one of them. I'm built like my dog. My dog's built like a mini Clydesdale.
If you had
hammer.
a tail,
Huge
speaking of
hammer.
dogs, if you had a tail, would you want like a lab tail? Would you want a big old bushy golden retriever tail? Or would you want a little nubby like Doberman Pinscher tail?
Nubby.
Okay. So
Nubby.
you want to wag your tail and it just barely, you don't want to.
I want a long motherfucking tail, man.
I want to knock everything off of
That's
every
right.
single coffee table
Yes.
I can get by.
No,
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
My dog.
I want my tail. I want my tail to be like carrying a 32-ounce hammer on a fucking tool belt. That's what the fuck I want. Knock everything off all over the fucking place. That's what I want.
This is the kind of shit I want to talk about now.
This is my tail.
We got all the fishing shit out of the way.
Well,
Fishing shit.
Before we transition, I will say this: I didn't expect a class in business when we started this podcast, but y'all brought up some on a serious note. As much as we fucking joke around, because I'm a business owner, I own my business.
Go ahead.
I had a partner. Mine ended way better than yours. Anyway, our partnership did. I mean,
Well, I'll just go fuck myself then.
Right. No, I'm just saying though, like understanding if you're going to be in business with somebody else, I don't care if they're your brother, your sister, your friend, your best friend, your uncle, your daddy. You got to have what you do, what they do written out, and it needs to be signed. You know, you got to have all that shit together if you're going to have a partnership with that. But it also goes into making sure you got all your shit together because partnerships are tough and most of them don't work out. And when you get somebody that you work good with, that's great. That's awesome. But that is 99% of the time, that's not how it goes. So you got to have outs for all this stuff. But the other thing is just if you want to be successful in your business, a successful quote unquote, is what you make it. It doesn't have to make you a millionaire. It might just be something that gives you play money, enough money to go buy a new bass boat or, whatever it is. But if you want to be successful, you have to set your business up as a business and you have to run it as a business.
Yes.
At some point, no matter how small you start, your garage, whatever it is, you can stay in your garage. At some point, if you want to be successful in a way, you have to start running your business like a business and separate.
Actually, I got a great fucking tip for anybody out there looking to have their own business and run their own business and be successful. And that tip is know what you're good at, know what you're not good at, and for what you're not good at, get a guy for that.
Hire somebody. If you suck at something, hire them because the money. Well, look, bitch, you can't do everything. You can't do it all.
Well,
and what you can't do good, you don't need to be doing. That's great advice right there. It's
you're bringing up something. Good segue. So,
how do you spell segue?
Segway.
Not even close, but
no, I was talking about the scooters, man.
Well, that's not even how you spell the scooter.
Yeah, it is.
What did you say? You said spell it again.
Segway.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm colorblind. I misheard you.
That's fine. No. I get it. That's just human error, buddy.
But that is not how you spell segue in the term that you used it as.
I don't care. something important, damn it. We got to talk about it, bro.
You were just like Alex. I do not like you. Go
God.
ahead. Talk about it. Talk about it, Jimmy.
Look at you and your
Talk
good
about it,
genetics, okay?
All right, Jimmy. What did I bring up that you want to talk about? Make me feel more important than I already am.
The virtuous cycle. And we haven't gotten we crowdsource a lot of shit. We haven't really paid anybody for goods and services because we crowdsource, we help each other out. And the virtuous cycle is something Zach and I, we didn't necessarily create it, we just gave it a name. And in our business, it's a virtuous cycle. It is, we are buying the baits from a company to put the baits in a box to send to our customers in hopes that they buy the baits from us and then they go, damn, I really like Jabberhammer's baits. Then they go to Jabberhammer. Hey, I really want some more of those baits. And then Jabberhammer.
The knights of the virtuous cycle, if you will.
Correct. Hey, I was fucked up at your house one night. And I saw those in the corner, and I picked them both up, and I was like, I was so fucked up that I actually thought they were real. Like, I picked them up, and I was like, oh, okay, they're just plastic. I'm like,
yeah, for all the listeners, y'all have to remember we're on a podcast, so they didn't see what we saw. He was talking about these really two big dildos.
I mean,
the kind with a pull start.
I'm just kidding. Zach, aka Zech, held up this big old sword. Looks like he was from the kingdom. What's the shit? Never mind. I fucked that
Excalibur.
Anyway, he held up an Excalibur sword, and so that's what Josh was talking about. He thought they were real, and it looked pretty plastic to me.
But the virtuous,
it's wood. They're wood.
The virtuous cycle is a real thing.
They're wood. They look good. Yeah. All right, virtuous cycle.
Yep.
Roll with it, Hoss.
And like we just rebuilt our website. And I had a bunch of friends help me out. I had a bunch of friends that don't fish take a look at it. I had a bunch of friends that are, AI users. I use ChatGTP to blah blah blah. Fuck you. I don't need that. I need an actual human input. I don't need zeros and ones, dude. I need a person telling me, hey, I can operate this. And even though I don't know anything about fishing, I understand your website. And I got that from a handful of friends.
Right.
And, Zach knows people. I know people. Without all these people, without all these little tiny cogs in the wheel, we don't have shit, man. Like
not to mention, Josh and I have fucking taken like 6 or 7 like crash college courses in fucking
2 weeks.
And
we did him and I both just got like 3 college credits apiece since July 1st. Like
y'all been on Phoenix University online out there. Your Phoenix University bachelor's in arts.
No, we're on the YouTube Academy. We're on the YouTube Academy. YouTube Academy, bro.
There we go.
I type it in. Hey, what'll make my Shopify look good? Then I got some fucking 18-year-old asshole with 6 Audis telling me, I'll just put some flowers on it. No, fuck you. I need to know real shit, dude. Stop.
That's interesting because that is an important thing. Again, I kind of referenced it earlier about people making lures when they're making something that they love, they like. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily translate into what other people want or other people like.
You ever seen Joe Dirt?
Joe Dirt.
Snakes and poppers. It's just like a kicking wing.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to refer to it as the Barnum and Bailey effect. Lures and baits have to work. Okay, they have to be functional, and everybody has to be able to tie them on and catch fish with them. But they also, and everybody always says it, you've heard it a million times, baits catch fishermen, not fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bullshit fucking saying.
Bingo, baby.
They have to do both. They have to catch the fisherman, because if you don't catch the fucking fisherman, that fisherman is never going to catch baits on that. He's never going to catch bass on those baits. It's never going to happen. So the lure has to look good enough for somebody to go, oh, I want that. I believe in that. Then they take the lure, and the lure is actually good enough to catch bass, and they have confidence in it. So they throw it, and they throw it, and they throw it, and they catch bass. So it's a funny mixture of both. You have to catch the fisherman, and it has to catch the bass. You got to do both.
It's what is it, Zach? It's nuance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nuance. It's always nuance, man. And I see you looking at me. This is a child's medium. Okay.
It's like Alex is here, except you talk too much.
I'm gonna be part,
and you haven't cried even once.
I'm gonna be part of the 200-pound plus club eventually. All right,
you hadn't even made a fat joke about me yet, so you're not Alex quite.
Why would I do that, man? I don't give a shit about that stuff.
Well, never mind. So you're
this ain't the roast of the Jabberhammer. This is the roast of the Josh, apparently.
Well, no. This is Bass and Brews.
Now you hurt his feelings, Jabber.
It's okay. Hey,
I'm just gonna go.
I don't give a shit because he can't kick me off this podcast. So I'm good.
Dude, you ever had any people you rubbed the wrong way?
No, not on this podcast because it is what it is. It's just sitting around having a conversation.
It's
it's done.
Guys.
And that's the thing is like, Alex and I pick on each other a lot, and we'll end up getting guests that kind of join in sometimes. If you listen to the Chris Cruz episode, he joined in on it. We have a lot of people that join in on it. So no, and it be, we're not out here doing controversial stuff about baits and about line and live scope and shit like that. We have some really, really good anglers and some really smart anglers on that talk about techniques and tips and tricks. But in general, I mean, even though when we do have a topic per se that is really fishing oriented, I mean, we still dive off into left field. What it comes down to is like the story, the journey of the person. And this is something that I typically ask is what's the journey that has brought you where you are today and here? And so when you get into that, we start to hear the background and we start to hear how they got into fishing and all the stuff that's led them to where they are.
Tell him, Zach. Tell him why you're sober. Tell him why you're sober.
I'm not sober.
I was about to say, he's drinking right now. This is very bad. You're fucking it up,
You are sober. Tell him while you're sober, goddammit, because I don't want it to be 30 minutes long.
Did you say tell him while you're sober or why you're sober?
While.
Oh, you need to spell shit out when you put two words like that close together. Me and Zech both thought you said tell him why you're sober. I'm like,
are you even from the South if you don't take 3 words and just put them together?
But see, you said while and while.
Oh, now boy, tell them why you're sober.
It's the same way. You say
listen. Hey, listen, Jabber. It's not your fault. He's from Ohio. They're like a bastard mix of like 10 different dialects of the United States.
Do you remember earlier in the podcast he tried to make it sound like he was from the Carolinas? A little bit of Tennessee. He tried to make it like he was there.
Where my family
because apparently he got, apparently he was conceived in a van somewhere around the tri-state area.
Yeah. It was a Dodge Ram 1500, but actually it was a Chevy Blazer.
Were the windows blanked out?
That some bitch had a fucking 4-liter V6 in it. God damn it!
Wow! Well, speaking on that, Zech,
Yo.
What has brought you to what has brought you here to where we are today? What is your fishing journey?
I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. Where do you want me to start, man? Where do you want me to start? Like, do you want me to start? Like, do you want me to start from zero, or do you want me to start from where it matters?
I think you should start to tell them the wholesome story. Tell them the one that gets the people going. The dad.
I don't know if I. Oh, okay.
Tell them about how
All right.
Now, what you thought fishing was, and then
So here's the deal. So, me and a buddy of mine, about 2000, got into fishing, had a great time, and I got the bug, and we fished our asses off. 2 wives later, two divorce, two divorces later, um, I I had quit fishing for a bunch of reasons, mainly like time and just trying to get my life straight and everything else like that. But and we got to a point where with 2021, my oldest son, out of the clear blue sky, after I hadn't fished for like damn near a decade, asked me if I'd take him fishing. I said, hell yeah, I'll take you fishing. I got called out to work like the next day, and one thing led to another, and I ended up with like $3,000 worth of rods and tackle and a canoe, and I ended up taking my boy fishing. I started listening to Tackle Talk podcast. I found Dark Horse Tackle, became a subscriber, loved what they did, and then I bought half the business, and here I am.
yes, sir.
That's the story as fast as it goes.
That is true.
Hell yeah. So, and the thing about it is I actually found in Dark Horse Tackle a whole bunch of things that I love. Supporting American small businesses, that's always been a huge deal to me.
You found out it was more than just fishing, man. It at first you were fishing and drinking, and now
Right.
it's there.
Well, I mean, it feels fishing fills a whole bunch of needs.
Yes.
I had a conversation with a lady that I was working for. She was a Carnegie Mellon University professor, off the boat Irish. Her name was Kathleen, glorious woman. And I was doing I was doing some work at her house, and that always ended with us having a shot or two.
Yep.
And
Irish.
we got to talking about hunters and gatherers, and
Yes, I was hoping you'd bring this shit up.
yes, an attention deficit disorder, and the fact that attention deficit disorder is actually just a result of the past, like where people came from. So
You know what it is? It's your brain realizing that the fucking world that we live in and the lives that we live are it's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
you got to go work at an office for 9 hours.
it's
That's
not that it's
pretty
not
easy.
it's not that it's not right. It's just there's a division of us that were meant for something else.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for sitting at a goddamn desk. And it wasn't for
Look, I'm getting phone calls and having to deal with some bullshittery. And now
Yeah.
Zech in the middle of his dialogue about, his seriousness of ADHD, he's over there like giving the death stare to somebody in his home without making noise.
He's about ready to fuck shit up, dude.
I'll interrupt you real quick about ADHD. So my son was diagnosed, and he a lot of stuff that he's going through and how he's like relates back to a lot of memories I have. And so I would say I'm undiagnosed with ADHD, and but what I've always, it's a superpower. The
Bingo.
problem is there's not
if you can control it.
You got
right,
to.
but the problem is this: there's not a lot of people that can teach you how to. Some people inherit, some people figure it out on their own, and they crush it. But it is a superpower if you can figure out how to harness it. Now, when it comes to like networking and being at trade shows and going out and meeting people and talking to people, like that is me. I can do that all day long. I love that. I'm very good at building relationships and meeting people. But when it's time to sit down and like go fucking do the dishes, and I sit there and look at the dishes for 45 minutes, and walk by them. And then, I'm like, fuck it, I'll do that shit in 3 weeks. So, it is weird how you just have to be able to harness, but it's hard. Alex made a post this week or last week on TikTok, and his thing was like, man, just being out on the water and turning my mind off and clear my mind. And I made a comment of something like, must be nice to be able to do that. I have never in my life been able to like close my eyes or be in some kind of serene setting, quiet, and close my mind off. It is 100 miles per hour all the time.
So
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
absolutely.
I think with ADHD, ADD, any of those deficits, right? I don't think it's a deficit at all. I think what it is,
unless it's just HD, height deficit.
right,
You and Alex definitely y'all don't have ADHD. Y'all just got the HD.
HD. HD. Well, I mean, a lot of HD guys drive HD trucks,
High definition.
heavy duty.
Heavy duty for the height deficient.
He's got a step.
That's why they had to start putting step boards on the heavy duty trucks for the height deficient people.
No, I like that better. I like trucks. I like that. I like that. So
Wait. Are we going to talk about trucks? Because if we're going to talk about trucks, I want to know why people have trucks that don't have 8-foot beds, because that's fucking ridiculous.
Not everybody's rich.
It's an 8-foot bed, man. That's not rich. An 8-foot bed is practical.
Says the man that's kids are grown. I have a 6-foot bed because I need a 4-seater.
But everything comes in 8-foot. Everything comes in 8-foot lengths, bro.
Nah, don't call me bro, brah.
Listen, bro.
No, they don't.
Everything does it. Everything comes in. How are you gonna bring home lumber to do something?
Now he's drunk.
So yes, he's got to be, because look, I was in construction world and I brought home lumber. My little, not only was it a 6-foot bed, I think it was shorter because it was a Chevy S10 ZR2.
So you're one of those dudes. You're one of those. So you're one of those dudes that's got lumber like hanging like 18 feet off the back of his fucking little truck.
Nope. Because I'm not a peasant. I would borrow a trailer to haul lumber like that, or better yet, I would have that shit delivered. Because by the time that I drive,
just have an 8-foot bed.
No, nobody's got time for that shit.
I do.
His 8-foot bed's a pain in my ass, and it scares me to death.
I mean, yeah, well, probably because you can't reach the pedals to his truck to drive.
And sometimes he needs to drive.
Yes.
I had to once, and what I did was I took his tackle bag and I put it in front of the seat. I just leaned it up against the seat and I lowered it as much as I could. And then I took a couple boxes out so I could sit on them, just so I could reach the pedals.
Oh my God, you are just like Alex. Alex has to sit on top of his Plano boxes to be able to reach his microphone. And I swear to God, this is. I will not apologize for making short jokes for you because Alex isn't here, and you're literally about 8 inches taller than him. But this is really good. We have not missed a beat. This is like Alex is here, minus us staying actually on track. That is, we have not stayed on track because he's not here to make us up.
I eat it. I don't give a shit. Dude, people talk shit. I love talking shit. I'm English second language.
What did I tell y'all? What I tell y'all what this was going to be like? Sitting around a campfire, drinking, talking shit, talking.
Yep. No, you said if I have to go pee, go pee.
That's right.
That's all I remember.
Go tinkle. That's a good one because we don't need you tinkling into your empty bottles and then mixing them up, and it's different. It's one thing when you mix up your spitter with your drinker.
Spitter.
It's one thing to mix up your pisser with your drinker. Like those are two different levels of mix-ups.
Hey, I don't know. It depends on what you're into.
Have you ever had a beer that's got like 7 cigarette butts in it?
You know what? No, because because if that ever happened to me, I would probably just die right then and there.
I'd kill myself.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
It's real bad.
Yeah,
bad.
But see, here's the thing with the cigarettes: you can usually smell that, before you can the spinner.
No,
You
you are absolutely out of your freaking mind. That chaw that comes out of those people's mouth stinks like shit. Stinks.
Well, they must be peasants and get like the Kodiak flavored ones, the cherry and
No, they got
this
the
and
mail.
that.
They got the mail pouch, bro.
Oh, see, that's even worse. Like real folks chew Copenhagen snuff. It don't taste like nothing. It don't smell like nothing. It's delicious.
That's about all I'm gonna have to chew here in a bit because they are doing a flavor ban. And
Good. Good. They should. That's just trash.
No, I don't want to sit there and suck on dog shit. I want a little mint in my life.
Well, you know what? Quit fucking chewing tobacco then, bitch.
No. God
Well,
damn
then
it.
don't complain about what you have to chew on.
You know what? I won't when it happens. I'll be thankful. But until then, I'm going to fucking complain, goddammit.
Hey, Josh Jimmy Chipwood.
Yes, sir.
Besides your starring role in Hoosiers with Jim
Yep.
Hatman as a 1950s basketball player when there
That
was
is
no
only
3.9.
5'9", and you know what? As a 5'9" guy, I would have probably been a hell of a basketball
Dennis
player.
Hopper
70
was
years
his
ago.
drunk dad. I meant to say I couldn't remember his name earlier, but his dad was Dennis Hopper. And
Dude, Dennis
anyway.
Hopper. Like the only thing I can
Oh
think about.
God, you've
The
done
only
it now.
thing I can think about when you say Dennis Hopper is Blue Velvet, and I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but
is that like the redneck version of Purple Rain?
it's way beyond that. It's
Interesting.
way-
All right. So Josh Chitwood.
Yes, sir.
What's the fishing journey that has brought you here? How did you start, and how did you get to be on Bass and Brews, ruining your career?
The fishing drain.
Dave, Wolf of Walmart. It's his fault
For what?
Sending
Purple
you guys a
Rain?
for
box.
sending you a box.
Oh, well, yeah, you can blame. Hey, you can blame him. I got that box. I was like, Alex said, "Hey man, something comes in the mail for you." He didn't tell me fucking nothing else. That bitch showed up, and it came in like a Friday, and I was rigging for a tournament. I took the box and threw it in my Hobie crate in the back, and didn't even open it up, and ended up whatever. Yeah, I probably did shit at that. I can't even remember now. So long ago. But when I got home and I started
2
cleaning
weeks?
shit up, I opened it up and I was like, "Oh fuck, this buzzbait looks pretty awesome." And now that buzzbait has been tied on, but I haven't been able to get on a top water bite. Anyway, see, now we're fucking it up. Josh, back to your story. Your journey was brought
No,
you
you're
here
good, man.
today on Bass and Brews, ruining
Hey.
your career, part 2.
It's a Thursday on Bass and Brews. So
What's Friday? Because the drops are Friday, but it's not this Friday. It's next Friday.
it's
So it's
Friday.
actually
Really?
Thursday.
No,
Friday.
it's not Friday. It's You're messing up our listeners. Our
It's a
listeners are gonna be
fucking
so
Wednesday, boys. So I come from a generational line of tournament bass fishermen. From great grandpa to grandpa to uncle to grandpa to dad to fucking everything, man.
Everybody.
Like
Notice the underbite.
we keep it in the family. But shout out to my sister.
Easy now.
I don't have a sister. I just have a brother that's a little. Anyway, so 3 years old, I used to. My mom, ever since I was like 6 months old, used to take me to tournaments to see my dad, my uncle, and my grandpa, who were all competing against each other, weigh in. And I'd watch weigh-ins. I'd go to lakes throughout Ohio, wherever, whatever. And that was back in the good old days, man, where like tournament circuits were tournament circuits. And
That was probably the Redman series.
yep, Redman series. You had
FLW and Redman series late in the 90s up into the
Just-
early 2000s.
Why does it always come back to chaw?
Well, because it's fucking fishing,
because
Zech.
back in the day,
It's like cigarettes, beer, and NASCAR.
because back when this country believed in God, you could fucking advertise chaw, dude. I don't know, but it was similar, something like that. The Ohio, the state, had its own tournament series.
Yeah.
And if you won that tournament series, you'd go on to like a regional, then a national, whatever. And when I was 3 years old, I caught my first bass. I was kind of like a prodigy situation. Like I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm talking like Chinese gymnastics team type shit. Like my dad was like, "You're gonna learn how to flip jigs, you son of a bitch."
So you were skipping jigs at 4 years old.
Yeah.
With a Lew's
like,
BB1NG bait caster.
Right. Like I'm throwing now. Gun to my head. I'm not throwing Lew's, but
easy now. BB1NGH's the BB series reels in the 90s were one of the greatest reels ever.
Yeah,
I mean that was also when you only had like 3 reel companies to choose from.
I threw Shimano Bantams, you poor piece of shit.
Oh, but well, see, you're a little bit younger than me. I have every one of my green Bantams.
Green?
The square body green ones. One of them is a 5-1.
That's a Corrado C, brother.
No, Hoss. Bantams.
It's a Bantam Corrado C.
These are from the 90s.
No, I have
Bantam.
I have one that's a 5. I have a 5.
Yeah. Mine's
and the color change. The color change.
That's right. Look, I am colorblind, so that Mitch might be brown. It might.
Well,
I don't know.
It turns brown, but listen, no, I'm talking.
You boys need me to pull out my precision measuring equipment.
Yeah, 1 in an 8. What do you got, buddy?
Anyway, I don't even know why we're fucking arguing about
they were the
greatest reel ever, Shimano. We're on the same team. So
whoa.
Zech, your turn. You've had your turn.
We ain't on. Hey, listen, I'll speak for Zech here. We ain't on the same team, brother. I started with Shimano Bantams, and then I graduated to Real Reels, Daiwa.
Okay, so Zech, make a note here that we come back to this because I can kick his ass off of here if he wants to get salty. What's your story? I'm sorry I interrupted. I really am. I don't apologize on the show, but Alex isn't here to apologize for me, so I have to do it myself.
So I wasn't necessarily skipping jigs under punching boats at 4, but
okay.
I was catching bass, flipping docks and shit like that at a young age. But what sealed the deal for me was a tournament that I fished when I was 11 years old. I had my grandpa on my it was like my 11th or 12th birthday. It was one of those 2 years. It was a young year. He gave me for my birthday. He was like, here's a tournament application. I just need you to sign your name. And
I need a partner.
Right.
Bring your ass home.
Right. He goes, I want you to fish this tournament with me.
Yeah. So,
I'm young, bro. I've got 3 rods. Maybe, my dad was like handing me shit. He's like, "Here, if this doesn't work, you're gonna want to throw this." And I'm like, "Dog, I'm in 5th grade. Dude, relax, okay? I don't even know what 20-pound test means, dude." And we get to the lake, and my grandpa's like, cut that off, and I had a crankbait tied on a 6-foot medium heavy rod with a Fluger bait caster.
Real quick, did your grandpa throw you the keys to the truck and back us in, boy?
But I did take the boat off the trailer.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, buddy. That's some big dick shit. That's some big dick shit. Yeah,
revving it up, baby.
I'm sitting there. I pull the choke and I'm like, pull it once, put the choke back, crank it twice. I pull the choke, I crank it once, and I put the choke back in, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, yeah, watch this shit. That's right.
Boy, I told you.
That's right.
All right. So y'all going tournament fishing yet? Tournament.
Big Dick's back in charge, and I back it off the boat. My grandpa's like, "Hey, throw this." He hands me a 4-inch green pumpkin Senko, a 3/0 hook, and a 1/4 ounce weight. He goes, "Tie this on." Tie it on. He goes, "You ever thrown a Senko?" And I said, "What's a Senko?" And he goes, the bait. And I go, "Oh yeah, no shit. No, I haven't." He goes, "You fish jigs, so fish it like a jig, hop it, lift it up, let it sit. When you feel weight, just like a jig, set the hook. Just swing at everything." He goes, "It doesn't matter." He goes, "If you get snagged, I don't care. Hook sets are free today. Just swing at everything." And buddy, I swung at fucking everything. So we go up to the first spot, and we actually stayed at this spot the entire day. We were fishing this little cove. It's a cove that has multiple coves, and the
What's
cove
the name of the lake? What's the name of the cove? And what are the GPS? What are the GPS coordinates?
I'll tell you everything. Hoover Reservoir is my home lake, and we're
That'll
fishing.
That'll be $5.99.
I'm not gonna Milliken you guys on spot.
My Venmo is
right. Honestly, I could use the beer money, but so it's the oxbow ramp, and it is an oxbow, and you go into these coves of coves. It's literally called the coves because there's a bunch of little coves. No shit, right? And this cove it's shaped like this. It's shaped like a little V, and a little cove here, and then there's a couple islands, but yeah, and something like that. So, anyways, in the midst of me talking to children, tournament starts at tournament starts at 7:00. We get to our spot at 7:15. At 7:20, I get my first bite, and I set the hook, and that did it, dude. That did it. I'm catching fish in a tournament situation, because that's different. You get it. You guys get it. It's different. You catch a fish in a tournament situation when you're not fucking around, and you're like, man, I fucking knew it. I knew I was the fucking man. I knew it. And so we get a limit, and this is still one of the biggest limits I've weighed in my entire life. It's an Ohio 22.5-pound bag. That's big when you're not on the Great Lakes. That's a big bag. And for those dickheads that fish at Lake Norman thinking it's the greatest thing in the world, North Carolina, you'd be lucky to have a 22-pound bag.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
What happened?
I heard a noise.
That was my brother. That's Nim. That's Nim, by the way.
Was that? I didn't know if it was beef or I didn't know who it was.
That's Nim. So we have a limit, and I catch a fish to call, and it's like a 4.5-pounder. And my grandpa goes, I got bad news. Live well's full. Live well switches are on. Aerator switches are on. Bilge, all the shit's on. We're dumping water. We're putting water in. He goes, live well stopped working. And I said, I don't really know what that means. He goes, this cannot put any more water in the boat. And I said, so we can't fish anymore. And he's like, correct. And I'm like, okay. So what are we going to do? And he's like, well, we have to go weigh in. Dude, it's 11:30. If that. Like, I don't even think it's 11:30. And we go to the ramp, we weigh in, and the guys are freaking out. They're like, holy shit. You know, they're like, this is a fucking bag, dude. Like, they're freaking out. They're like, dude, I caught like 3 of the fish in that fucking bag. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I was just throwing Cincos into bushes and brush piles and shit. You know,
your grandpa's like, boy, shut up. No, he wasn't. Just throwing a Popeye, 20 foot of water, catching schoolies.
He's throwing a Huddleston swim bait into brush piles. But no, my grandpa was a cool fucking dude, man. Like, he'd tell people all the time. My grandpa was a jig fisherman. My grandpa was 2 rods on the boat. One's a crankbait, one's a jig.
My man, except the jig. I didn't do the jigging, but the cranking, man, I love some damn crankbait.
What a weirdo. You're a weirdo. You don't throw jigs.
I'm not. Yeah, I did not grow up throwing jigs. Where I grew up was a lot of grass, so there wasn't a lot of jigs. It was a ton of Carolina. Matter of fact, I
Carolina rig.
Cranking and Carolina rigging in the summertime, deep cranking DD22s. This has been back in like the mid-late 90s, throwing DD22s and over brush piles and off of points back in the day when deep cranking on structure wasn't, there were pros that were doing it, but it wasn't something that a lot of people did locally. Everybody's still beating the bank, and then we were dragging Carolina rigs through brush piles. I mean,
we'll finish. We'll get to my story. We're going to get to my story eventually. So go on. Tell me about deep cranking.
Hold on, sorry, I was getting a text from somebody. Tell you about what?
I'm just fucking with you, dude. I
What'd
said
you
we're
say?
gonna get. I said we'll finish.
That was really passive aggressive, Josh.
That was the point.
What'd he say? I can't rewind it.
I said we'll get to my story eventually. Anyways, tell me about deep cranking.
Oh, deep cranking. Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, we went deep cranking. I don't know.
Oh, good.
Shit,
No,
man, I got people texting me, knowing I got, and one of them is my wife, knowing I'm on a podcast trying to ask me important questions and shit. I'm like,
is she gonna get mad at you because you went to Bath Pro Shops?
what? No, she's already mad at me. She's mad at me now. She's been mad at me, and she will continue to be mad at me.
Zach, we'll talk about that later. We're gonna have to talk about that.
Hey, stop bossing me.
Anyways, we weigh in at a minimum 4 hours before everybody else did.
Nice. So y'all went and grabbed some pizza,
Nope.
and some beers.
Nope. We sat there.
Man, Grandpa was like, "Nah, man. I
That's right.
I got some Pepsi Colas and a pack of nabs if you get hungry, boy."
Yep. I've got some cheese crackers, and
They're
you're on
called
your own
nabs.
for drinks,
They're
bud.
called nabs.
Nabs, that works for me. So we weigh in for minimum
Obviously, you
4
didn't eat
hours.
enough because you didn't grow since you were 12.
I didn't do shit. Actually, I got in a car accident when I was younger. It fucked my growth up. Everybody in my family's over 6 foot. But anyways,
Oh, you're blaming a car accident, huh?
You get hit by a car going 70 at a dead stop. It does some things to you.
Look,
But
that will make your day not so good.
it will not make your day good.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But hey,
Or your
that's pretty
height.
cool. That's pretty cool. You get to sit here on Bass and Brews and
talk about it.
But we don't really, we really, I empathize for you. You're here, you're alive, so we really don't care anymore about that. We want to hear your fishing story.
So yeah, that's where we're going.
This isn't NASCAR documentary diaries or whatever you want to call it. We're here to talk about fishing. Not
Yeah.
just kidding. So Grandpa
You
said,
weigh in.
"Boy, we're waiting."
We weigh in, we wait. We sit there, and my mom and my dad show up at the time of the weigh-in, because this is before cell phones. So this is 2003.
I had a cell phone in 2003.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you're rich.
I was in college.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everybody's rich when they're in college.
Did it have a briefcase? Was a cell phone attached to a briefcase?
No, it's probably just a little shitty flipper. Or a Nokia.
Mine wasn't even a flipper. It wasn't a Nokia. It was, I can't remember, but no flippy.
God damn it, Zach. Why'd you have to open your mouth?
Yeah.
2001, I refused to get a cell phone whenever my first kid was born. I got a beeper. That's what I got.
That is so awesome. Anyways,
Says every drug dealer ever. A beeper, not a cell phone.
Don't. God damn it, let me finish the fucking story.
See, he is turning into Alex as we
I'm getting a short guy rage is happening. You need to understand this. There's only so much somebody under 6 foot can take.
It's because of air pressure. It's because of air pressure. It's so anything over like 30.9, it starts to.
Zach's 5'10". Zach's 5'10". So don't let him fool you.
Wow,
5'10" and a half.
Wow, he looks way bigger on his cell phone.
That's because his head's the size of a fucking basketball.
It does look very large. It does look like he has a melon for a head.
He's got a fucking melon on him.
I'm Polish. What do you want?
He's like, do you guys have fitted hats? Regular hats don't fit me. He makes a little cut on the back.
Hey, do y'all have a big and tall section for hats?
For heads. So we're gonna spark note this. We won the tournament. Won the tournament, got big bass.
Thank God we finally got there. I mean,
yeah, I know. I've just been so distracted. But yeah, we won the tournament, and that dude, I'm telling you, that did it. That fucking did it.
That sets you down the road of I want to tournament fish.
Yep, at a young age, I had a boat, I had a truck, and I was doing it. And fun thing is I've always had a John boat. I've always been a John boat guy. And I'll probably always be a John boat guy.
He's always had a John.
Always had a John. Used the Johns, things of that. Big John guy. My brother's name is John. And
So you're
with
like
an
Robin
N.
Hood, just surround yourself with Johns.
Yeah. John and Hood. So I would fish these tournaments on rivers. They would call them reservoirs. They were just rivers with a dam. And there's a specific one that really sealed the deal for me. I would fish the regular reservoir, right? And I'm like, damn, like I fished this river up north and caught big smallmouth, but I've never caught big smallmouth on this reservoir. So one day, I had a partner at the time. My buddy and I, we'd fish in his glass boat, and we would always stay in the reservoir. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bring the John boat next time. Let's do it in the John boat.
A glass boat, like you could see through the bottom of the boat, like you do in.
Correct. It was
I'm
actually
being fucking real. When
was
you
just
say a glass boat,
like a fiberglass boat, man, like a 22-footer, like a fucking
glass
speeder,
boat.
dude.
I thought we were in Bali.
Not like one of them cones that you see.
We're
the
not
boys looking
dolphin
at.
watching. We're bass fishing.
You said glass boat, and you're
It's
up there
made
in
out of
Ohio,
fiberglass, Jabberhammer.
but you're up there in Ohio, and you might have a glass bottom boat, so you can see the fish below you.
Everything in
when you
Ohio
couldn't afford.
Hey,
couldn't
do
afford-
you see how the Southerners see the Yankees? That's pretty much where we've gotten to at this point.
Do you see? Do you see? So take the John boat out one day.
This has got to be the longest fucking What's Your Journey that's brought you here today I have ever done on this podcast, but continuous. It's
I
wonderful.
love tournament fishing, brother. So
so your
Take
glass
this-
boat, aka fiberglass boat,
fiberglass,
you
the
go up
speeder.
the river.
we take my John boat up the river. We're jumping stumps. We're fucking shit up.
Whew.
This is a reservoir where guys weigh in like 8 pounds of largemouth per 5 fish limit. And this sealed the deal even more for me because as fishermen, it's our job to not only outsmart the competition, outwit, outfish, but it is ultimately us against nature.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you're trying to get a fucking fish to eat a piece of plastic or a piece of metal. It's stupid.
Or some silicone.
Right, some silicone. A little silicone for you. But I run this bitch all the way up the river. And there's this spot on this reservoir called the Point, and that's up in the Scioto River. The reservoir is called O'Shaughnessy. You go all the way up to the Point.
O'Shawn Hennessy.
O'Shaughnessy. You go to the Point, you take a left. That takes you to what's called Mill Creek. And what Mill Creek is a big old smallmouth fishery. So we sat there at the edge of Mill Creek in the Point, and I graphed around for a little bit. And I don't really have that great of a graph. But what I look for when I fish, because I've been fishing for over 25 years, I look for drop-offs, ledges, things like that. I look for contour.
Structure.
I've always looked for, structure and contour. I've always looked for, oh my God, it went from 4 foot to 12 in a second. Like, let's sit on that for a minute. And we go up to this creek, and we caught 18 pounds of smallmouth and 5 fish. We go back to the fucking weigh-in, and these guys are like, they're fucking cheating. They're fucking cheating.
We got weights in smallmouth.
He's got weights in his fish. No. And I'm like, dude, bullshit. I'm like, look, all you guys have glass boats. You all are running 22, 20 foot, 19, 21 foot fucking glass boats with 200 horsepower motors. You can't get where I'm going. And I got where you wanted to go because I've seen some of you guys try to go up there to where it gets to that weird nitty gritty bullshit of, oh my God, we're in 2 foot of water. My balls are in my stomach right now. And I just ran it. I got a really rednecked up 9.9. And the rednecked up 9.9 gets me going about 26. Now with Zach in the boat, with Jabberhammer in the boat, it'd probably go about 20. Fuck. But with Zach in the boat, it'd probably go about 25.
I don't know. I think my will to win would make it go a little bit faster.
I think so.
I think you're underestimating.
I think the bandana, the aerodynamics of the bandana, we'd be sitting there and I'm a
nobody ever asks about the aerodynamics of the bandana.
I turned my head.
Nobody ever. That's right. Nobody ever asks about the why. Number one, I wear the bandana because it covers the tops of my ears, which are the first thing to get burned when you're wearing a fucking hat.
Yep.
So the tops of my ears don't get burned.
Yep.
Number two, the aerodynamics.
Dude, you got to think.
Like, dude, we move so much faster if my ears are covered up.
It's like a bumper sticker on a Honda Civic, bro.
What I miss?
It's adding power.
Aerodynamics of a bandana.
We're talking about my rednecked out 9.9 that runs 26 miles an hour fully loaded.
Hey, so all right. Did you fish any high school tournaments in college? Did you fish in college? Okay.
There was no such thing as college fishing in the United States, like the grand.
He's not that young.
Bullshit.
He's not that young.
Bullshit. Because shortly after I was, and maybe even while I was in college, NC State University had a bass fishing team.
Yeah. And what state is that in?
That's in North Carolina. But you just said the entire United States.
I was just making sure.
Okay,
because
you're being facetious.
Yes, I am. I am being fucking facetious.
There you go.
But I fished against Jacob Wheeler. I fished against Jordan Lee. I fished against Zach Burge. Dude. There was a time. So Jacob Wheeler is originally from Indiana. He's not fucking Alabama like everybody says he is. And he's actually an asshole. But you heard it here first, folks. Jacob Wheeler's a dick. We're fishing Delaware Lake in my state, Ohio. And
so Delaware Lake is in Ohio.
Delaware.
Yes.
It's in Delaware County. It's in Delaware.
There's a whole place in Ohio called Delaware. Like they've got some kind of like issue with who they are.
Ohio and other states?
No.
That'd be cool.
Nobody would ever say, "Hey, we got a whole state. We're gonna call a place in it Ohio." No, nobody.
So anyway, Delaware's a finicky lake, and I drew out with Jacob Wheeler. And he's making pitches, and I'm catching fish because I fucking live here, dude. I know Delaware Reservoir. And he's like, we're throwing the same baits, we're doing the same shit. I said, you need to put that bait on the bank. This is a lake that's very shallow. It's like an average of 5 foot, 4 foot depth. Like it is not a deep lake. So when you pitch it on the bank and bring it off that bank right there at the water's edge, the water actually goes under the bank because of how shallow the lake is. And that's where those bass hide out. And he starts doing it. He starts catching fish. And what was funny is that at the time he had already gotten a name for himself. And I finished above him. And the guy Eddie, my buddy, he won the tournament. Jacob comes in like 8th. I'm in like 3rd. Eddie's in 1st, and they're interviewing Jacob. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just pitching the bait up onto the bank and drawing it off." And that was weird. That was weird because I didn't know shit about him. I didn't know a thing about him. And you've got people here. They're like, "Oh hey Jacob, this is Fart Face McGee from the Bass Times. I just want to know, what exactly were you doing?"
So like I know that I'm on here with you, Josh, as Dark Horse Tackle, but
allegedly,
are you? Because now I'm not sure you know where you are.
I gotta ask a question. Like,
I gotta go pee, dude.
Good luck.
How did that happen? Because now Jacob Wheeler is Jacob fucking Wheeler.
Well, you see,
and he is
Chitwood.
I'm just saying because like that's a and I'm not pissing on your story or anything like that. I'm just saying like
Yes,
Holy
he is.
fuck! Like holy fuck! Like this
You've
guy.
seen me fish, you fuckhead. You've seen me fucking fish, dude.
I have. I know. I fish with you all the time.
So
But
what are you
I'm
saying?
just-
Is he's good? He's good, but he's just not good enough. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is, Zach. So
You understand what I'm asking.
Jordan Lee.
You understand the story that I want to
Yes, I'm
hear.
gonna tell you, goddammit. Quit fucking around. I'll tell you. So there was a paradigm shift in the world of bass fishing.
Ooh, paradigm shift.
Yeah, bass
Can't
fishing
spell it.
used to be like blue collar work, man.
Wait,
Like,
did
it
you
was
say
like
spell it?
I said he couldn't.
PARADIGM.
You Googled it.
No, I did.
Hey,
No,
no, you didn't.
Wait, what comes after M? What comes after M?
a space and then SHIFT.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure because you were looking for something at the end. Congratulations, you did spell that one correctly.
Just to let the listeners know, I'm not clapping for myself. Jabberhammer is clapping.
No, I'm not a peasant. I do not clap. I have a machine clap for me.
There you go. So there was a paradigm shift where you no longer really, like, obviously you worked to get where you were at, but if you did not have the money to do it, I had the option to do it. My dad was like, listen, I've got a boat from Knox Marine that we can put your name on, and I've got 55 grand that you can put towards these entries. And me being the person that I handouts are weird. Handouts are weird.
Hand what's are weird?
Handouts.
Oh, okay. just checking.
Hand jobs aren't weird. Hand jobs are good.
Easy now. We have Handjob Adventures, who's been a guest on this show, who is also a listener.
I'll bet
And,
that guy.
He's
I'll bet
got
that.
a great YouTube channel. It's
I bet he
hands-on
does.
Adventures. It's hands-on adventures, but we have so lovingly referred to him now on Bass and Brews as Handjob Adventures.
I would
Dustin,
love for it to
wonderful
be
guy.
hand job adventures, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at the movie theater, and I'm just reliving my teen years."
Hey man,
we're-
this is Handjob Adventures, and this is how we tournament fish.
Yeah, sure. Hey, so you know the deal with you drawing out in my boat is well, you either
Do
give
you
me
want an
$1,000,
adventure or do you want my name?
you either give me $1,000 or
Hey,
you.
no, I don't charge you gas money.
It's hand job
saying.
adventures, buddy. Nobody
That's
rides
Dustin.
free.
Dustin's got a good little channel. Also, he built out this badass square drop trailer that y'all need to go check out his channel and see, because when he showed it to me at first, it was just old raggedy ass square drop trailer, and he rigged that thing out to haul around and do his tournament kayak fishing. So
I don't know what square drop trailer means.
it's one. Have you ever seen those trailers riding down the road that are kind of teardropped? They're really small, right? You're like, what the hell is that? How does anybody fit there? How does anybody sleep in there? Well, the square drop kind of preceded that, and it's more of a fucking square. I don't know how to explain it to you. I could draw you a picture. Hold on. Let me get my Sharpie.
Ooh,
I'll draw you a
Sharpies! Sharpie time. I love this.
A square drop trailer is
How
like,
come it's
kinda
not
like
making the
this.
Mortimer Markimer sound?
See, there's the wheels, there's the tongue, and there's the trailer. Bitch is square. I don't know. Go watch his fucking YouTube channel. I'm just reverberating what he says. Square drop trailer. I don't know what the fuck it means. Go watch Hands-On Adventures. Dustin, go watch his shit. Anyway, it's cool. It's fun.
Sounds
It's a good
good.
time.
Sounds
It's a
good.
good time. Hey, when y'all get together, when you and Josh get together, because Alex and I have never met in person.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Never, ever.
Dude,
Well,
that's crazy as shit.
Well, it's not really, because he was active Coast Guard up until like February of this year, and he was gone. Last year, he was
Coast Guard?
gone like 9 months out of the year. And I
Coast
was
Guard?
doing this podcast by myself like 9 months out of the year. But then he lives in Jersey. Why the fuck would I ever go to New Jersey to do anything besides go to New York and eat food?
Say nothing more.
So
I got you.
yeah,
I understand.
so to say this, we've never actually met. When y'all get together, is it like, are is it jabbing and having fun and poking? Are y'all wrestling and shit? Is it like two brothers getting together that live on opposite sides of the country?
There's no wrestling. There's no wrestling. I'm not a wrestling fella.
You look like a hugger. I love a good man hug.
I do like a good hug. I do like a good hug. But no, so I knew whenever I bought into the business that it was going to require travel, and I insist on being a part of Dark Horse Tackle, and I insist on being a part of the business. So no matter what the fuck happens, I am there every single time boxes are packed. I don't care if I've worked 12 hours a day for the last 7 days straight. When it comes time to pack the boxes, I'm driving out to Ohio.
Well, with the podcast, we ain't packing shit.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, we ain't well, I will say we ain't mailing nothing until I need Alex to mail out stickers to somebody that did something nice, and it takes him like 2 months, and people are like, hey, I haven't got my stickers yet. And I'm like, Alex, send my stickers, please.
That's like me with international shipping.
Yes, it certainly is.
Zach's like, did you get those international orders figured out? I'm like, oh yeah.
Hey, as long as Zech doesn't get the emails of people bitching, then you're good. You can handle it.
But Zech gets all the emails.
We both do.
And Zech sees all the emails because Zech is always looking at the emails.
Oh. I started a reply back to somebody today, and I was so fucking hungover. I just closed it. Somebody was asking questions, and I like read it, and I was like, I got this. And then I like opened it, I started typing, and I'm like, I don't got this.
We'll do this one tomorrow.
It's cool. It's cool. I finished it.
Did you see it? Did you see the draft? Did you? I literally opened it.
He saw it. He finished it. He just said I finished it.
So I literally opened it, and I was like, I looked at the keyboard, and I was just like, oh God.
All right,
Josh. By this time, you gotta know, brother. I don't stop.
Oh, I'm aware.
Stop. Get it.
The man is neurotic. The man, he's like, hey, things are gonna get stressful, and then we get the things done, and he's like, you ready for some more stress? What if?
Zeshe, so me and Zeshe were talking earlier on the Tiki Tac DMs, and we were just talking about chaos, kind of the podcast, and talking about chaos. And I told him, I said, I live in chaos.
I do too.
And Alex doesn't, but I drag his ass in there with me, and he struggles through it, and he makes it through. But there are days where you can just tell when we record this podcast, if you actually watch it, you can just tell that Alex is like,
you don't have to watch it.
Chaotic?
You don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it. I'm telling you right now, you can fucking hear it. You can hear it. You can all of you Bass and Brews podcast listeners that do not,
they're called brewskis.
All of you brewskis that do not watch the YouTubes of the Bass and Brews podcast, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. You can hear it.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping this up here in a second. I've got a couple things I wanted to touch on because y'all have partnered with a couple other podcasts. I know you're doing the Catch Pod.
Yep.
You're doing that, and then they're the Big Brother podcast of Bass and Brews, Jugs and Bugs, as we refer to them as here, aka Jigs and Bigs.
Bobby Roast Beef
and Sean the Fisherman, and who the fuck is Joe Brown?
That's right.
Yeah, y'all are partnering with them. So tell us how's it been working with? Obviously, Catch Pod's a newer podcast too, But how's it been working with some podcasts in what you're doing that you've done so far? I know both of them are kind of in their infancy stages, but have you enjoyed that?
Absolutely.
I love those guys, man.
Both. To be honest with you, so last weekend, Josh and I, we were like, 5.5 miles on the Great Miami River, wet wading with the boys from the Catch Podcast.
Kicked their
y'all are in
fucking
Florida.
ass.
Nice.
Kicked their fucking ass.
Dude, it was fucking it was a fucking blast, dude.
Did y'all see
So
the
they have
alligators?
Alligators?
No.
Oh, you didn't see no alligators in Miami?
No. That's Ohio, baby.
Oh yeah, okay.
The Miami
Stupid
Indian
Ohio.
tribe, dude. You got to remember who lived here before us, okay?
Well, Miami
I
of Ohio
need
is
you-
also where Miami of Ohio is the home of Ben Roethlisberger, who, funny
No,
statistic,
he's not woke. He's not woke, Josh. He's just not woke.
the home of Ben Roethlisberger, who we played in 2002 at Carolina, and it was him and Darian Durant battled. We beat him. We beat. Ben.
Did you play for the North?
Yeah,
Carolina
but what happened after that?
They went home and we went partying. I mean, what the fuck was
Goddamn right, Jabberhammer. You're goddamn right. That's the winning spirit.
What are you asking me, Zech? What happened
I'm
after
just-
what?
He doesn't
I'm
know
just-
shit about sports. He's just running his
I know.
mouth.
I've already asked him because he was in Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh, are you?
No,
Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
no. I don't really give a fuck about sports, but I know what happened.
We're hockey
That
guys up
wasn't
here.
at Carolina. Anyway,
We're
hello.
hockey guys.
What happened? Hey, we were talking about something fun and enlightening and trying to showcase a couple other podcasts. Well, I say showcase. Catch Pod's a new podcast, but they've been around for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And Jigs and Biggs has been around before us. I say showcase loosely. I want to showcase Dark Horse Tackle and what y'all are doing with some of the
Much appreciated.
podcasts.
Well, I'll tell you, it's different for every podcast.
Don't you take a shot for that shit? I get a shot. I get a shot every 7 years for this.
Oh no, I don't.
No?
Nope. I just drink extra White Claw Surge.
Oh,
Hey,
you heard it here, folks. Fuck the tetanus shots. Just drink White Claw Surge.
Hey, will you let Jimmy keep talking, please?
Man,
I will. I'm
He's getting really upset with you right now. You're getting fucking
This
shitty.
dude-
You're
this
getting
dude-
getting a shitty email.
I
in the
can see
morning.
what he's drinking. He's off of so much stripper juice right now. and here's the thing, Jabberhammer, we're all gonna hang out
Do
eventually.
you even know my name?
No,
You
Paul.
I like Jabberhammer better.
I know.
You're probably the guy who DM'd me on TikTok.
Oh, I be sliding in everybody's DMs.
Slide.
Yeah, I saw your handsome face. I was like, shit, I can't say no to that.
That's you know what? The only people that ever said that are the men in my life.
Bingo. So,
All right, so holla back at us. Let's talk about the podcast now. Y'all partnering with them.
it's a wholesome experience. It is. Like, listen, before Zach and like while being the voice in the brain of Dark Horse Tackle, because when the old partner got the voice, it was a little homoerotic, to say the least. It's fucking humbling, man. Like, it's wild. Like, there's people that are like, hey, we let's shoot the shit for a little bit. About what? Why do you want to talk to me? And it's not about me. It's about the product. It's about the business. But still, you personalize it because you own the business. You're part of it, whatever. And it's fucking crazy, man. It may not do anything for us. People might listen to this podcast and be like, Jesus Christ, this Jimmy Chitwood guy's a fucking moron. Like, he
was way better in Hoosiers than he is.
Yeah. This guy needs to go back to playing fucking point guard because he's under 6 foot.
He was a shooter. He was a shooting guard, not a point guard.
Fuck.
Get it right.
Say shooting guard, damn it. I was going to say shooting guard. God damn it. Anyway, you know, Zach's a...
You were not going to say shooting guard. Come on.
Zach's a lot more soul to the earth than I am, and I'm a lot more like... I'm going to say things to you. I'm a bit of a jabberhammer myself. You know, we all got a little jabberhammer in us. I'm going to be like...
I have enough to go around because I've got...
Hey, like speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I ain't got no jabberhammer in me.
I am literally speaking for my fucking self right now.
I mean, the dude in the green shirt is it seems like a decent guy, but I ain't got none of him in me.
Bro, this high vis yellow. You should know that being in manufacturing, you know this high vis.
Absolutely. I know to steer clear of that high vis shit.
That's the money. The people who make all the money wear high vis yellow.
Green, yellow. I knew that was high vis yellow. When you said green, I thought you were talking about yourself.
Look, I'm colorblind, and I knew this shit was yellow because
that's because it looks white to you. That boy said. But
wait, did you say it looked white?
Yes, because he's fucking colorblind.
But that's
are you sure you're not colorblind?
No, I don't know how colorblind works, dude. I see all the colors.
I tell you what, this dude don't know how to damn cut a straight line on his mustache. That shit crooked as hell.
Oh, it's crooked as shit. It don't even grow in right, dude. It don't even grow in right. At this point, I just think it's... Listen, I'll tell you something right now.
That's why you don't cut a line on your mustache. You just let that motherfucker grow.
I do things for two reasons. Spite, number one. That's 75%. 75% is spite. Number two, satire. The mustache was satire because I know, dude. I know what. Look at this.
But do you like? So is Sprite better than like 7-Up or what's the other Sierra Mist? So why Sprite instead of Sierra Mist?
It's actually called Moon Dust or some shit.
Well, because Sierra Mist like hails to like Cali and California, and that's just not a good look.
Hey, you know, everybody and their mama's watching The Bear, and they're becoming, you know, world-renowned chefs in their home cooking on their fucking stovetops. And, you know, he made Sprite, homemade Sprite, which was the greatest thing anybody in that show had ever... Have y'all seen The Bear? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No, sir.
Okay,
no.
Never mind. All right, look, here's where we are in Bass and
We got a small business to run, Jabber. We got shit to do.
Yeah, Paul, if that is your real name. If your real name is Paul and not Jack. Let me see your driver's license.
Look,
because I doubt.
You're only as real as you think you are. That's how it goes.
And I think nothing's fucking real, man. So I just do whatever. That's literally, like I'm telling you, I do everything out of satire. I think
whatever you do is what you do.
Josh,
is what you do.
Josh, your picture is like fading out right now. It's crazy. I can't see.
Hey, chicka. Remix.
Is that better?
Whoops,
nice.
Y'all look.
Ooh, look at you with the buttons. Nice.
I got all the buttons. Speaking of buttons, I finally found a pair of transition pants that didn't have buttons on it.
What the fuck are transition pants?
They're pants when you need pants, and you zip them off, and they're shorts when you need shorts.
I just thought they were something you could tuck your wiener in.
So the transition pants that I've been wearing here recently are from Academy, and I love them 100%. But one of their pockets isn't actually sewn to the pants. It's got like this waterproof stripping that's supposed to adhere to it. Anyway, I don't even know why.
Well, hold on. So let me get this straight. So I don't often wear transition pants, but when I do, they're Academy.
Oh,
is that? Do I have that right?
Kind of yes and no. I can't dive into it now because I really like them, but the bitches are trash. They're falling apart. I mean, they're trash. I got to do a review. If y'all listen to this on Tiki Tac at some point, I'm going to do a review.
You look like a...
I complain to these motherfuckers about... I don't complain about shit.
Hey,
but when I got a hole in the side of my pants where a pocket's supposed to be, and there ain't no anyway. Just
whatever.
Hey,
what you
speaking of ticky tack,
spit it out.
Yeah, no shit.
Speaking of ticky tack, I dark horse tackle just followed your boy today.
Which one?
Your actual boy that you asked for us to follow.
Carter?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So for the people, what my references is, I made a couple weeks ago now, a week and a half ago, my son Carter, who is referred to as hashtag Can't Look Carter, and the reason that name came about was when he was like 3 years old, is because he used to want people to chase him, and he would run and he would look backwards and be like, chase me. So he'd be running forwards and looking backwards, and obviously ran into shit all the time. So
shit happens.
And this was when I was a real big and heavy in Twitter, so Can't Look Carter, and had some videos. Anyway,
so
he started his own YouTube channel, Can't Look Carter, asked people to subscribe because his goal was to get to 100 subs on YouTube. So he was at 99. He was so excited that morning. I put out a little TikTok says subscribe. He got home and had like 111 or something. Anyway, I made.
Well, he's at 100. He's at 114 the last I checked.
Yeah. So he's been on a little bit of a restrictions lately, so he hasn't been able to go on. Now it's grown because he's been. The only
reason why I listened to you is because you said Pokemon, and Pokemon's got like a soft spot in my heart.
Oh, so. Well, look, if you want to hear anything about Pokemon, this kid can go to school and not tell you one single thing he did at school. He will sit there and read his Pokemon book before he falls asleep, and the next morning he is word for word talking about every damn Pokemon. It's again, it's that the gift of ADHD, the superpower of it.
Somebody needs to do a study on Pokemon and why exactly Pokemon has the power that it does.
I will tell you 100%.
Because it's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
It's the
you
colors.
Think?
Listen, it's so colorful.
I think it's colors and shapes.
I'll tell you
because if you look at the Pokemon,
it's colors
listen,
and shapes.
old men. Hush it. Old men.
Hey, you shut the fuck up.
Nah, bitch. Look, I can mute his ass calling me old, and I will kick his ass out of here too. Look, he won't start talking about old men.
That's fucking funny.
Look, here's the deal. We're getting into the shotgun round of Bass and Brews. This is the only quoted. Golly, y'all done got me fucked up over here. This is the only scripted part of this shitty podcast, okay? Now, Here's the deal. Usually, it's Alex and me with one guest, but we got both of you on here. So what I'm going to need you to do is there are going to be some questions I ask both of you. The majority of questions I'm going to alternate. One's going to get one, one's going to get the other. But at some point, I'll let you know, I'm going to need one of you to remove your headphones and mute your audio so you don't hear the question. I got a couple questions that we have to ask individually. Got it? All right.
Got it.
So right now we're about to start the shotgun round. Bless you, child. All right. First question. I'm going to start off with our buddy Jimmy Josh Chitwood.
Yes, sir.
JJC. My man. Crocs or flops?
Crocs.
I like it. We don't care about your answer, but Zech, what would be your answer?
Flops.
Top of your head. Flops. Man, you can tell this man does not fish in a john boat or a kayak because you can't wear flops in those because when you try to get out and pull your kayak up the ramp, your feet are slipping out of your.
Fuck no! I fish in a canoe. Fuck that.
Oh, you're about that canoe life. We need to connect you with our buddy Lockwood Fishing. He's about that canoe life, and he's up in Crumpton, Maryland.
That's because I got all the room in the world. I don't gotta fuck around with all that bullshit turning 360 degrees to get my fucking rod. No, they're all just laid out in front of me.
Does your canoe have a keel, or are you no-keel canoe?
No keel.
Keel?
No keel. It's a no keel. It's a no keel.
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
Oh God, you got him riled up. You got him riled up.
I got a boat that floats. I got a boat that floats.
He gave you this. I don't give a fuck.
Do you have outriggers? Do you have outriggers to keep you from tipping over?
Nope.
Nope. We just go out there after drinking 28 fucking drinks and go, our sea legs will engage eventually.
Wear your life jackets. All right.
Nope.
My sea legs are engaged permanently.
To each other?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Zech, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is terrible. See, you can't bring Yankees on here without fucking something up. Like,
dude,
on purpose.
Expand your mind.
No.
Expand your mind.
I will eat it. I will eat pineapple on pizza every day of the week, but I will not purchase it. I will not pay for that shit. I will eat it, but I will not pay for it. I'm not
salty and sweet. Salty and sweet.
But go get some fucking Sour Patch Kids.
Go what? You want me to put sour? You want me to put? All right. So you're telling me right here and now that putting pineapple on my pizza is lesser than putting Sour Patch Kids on my pizza?
What?
Come on, man.
Put Sour Patch Kids on
Come on,
pizza.
man.
I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure you just said put Sour Patch Kids on my pizza.
I didn't say. I said
these are shotgun questions, guys. Shotgun questions. We're not arguing about pizza. Let's keep it going.
He's gone. I just kicked him straight up. Now we get to see Alex's. If he's gonna. All right. JC, Jimmy.
You love that, don't you? You love doing that, don't you?
Well, you know what? Somebody, if you're going to act like Alex, I'm going to pretend like I'm Alex and act like you're me.
Except he's got the buttons.
Jimmy, in a 3-hour session, do you want to catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder?
I'll go 5 2s.
Oh, what? Y'all are fucking terrible at this.
I live in Ohio, motherfucker.
But you just talked about winning a tournament with 18 pounds of smallmouth.
You know what 5 2s means? 10 fucking pounds. You know what 1 7 means? 1 7.
But what if you catch 1 7 and 4 2s?
You just asked me if I'd rather catch 5 2s or 1 7, not 1 7 and 4 2s.
See, and you can tell that's a tournament angler answer. I guarantee you, my buddy, because I see like an 8.5 pounder on the wall behind him. Zech wants to catch the 7-pounder, right? Yeah, you don't give a fuck about 5. I want to either catch nothing or catch a 7-pounder.
I've caught 2.
Listen. Here's the deal. I love catching bass. Period. I get as excited about a 2-pounder as I do about a 4-pounder. However,
5
the
2s.
The bigger they get.
Your turn, Josh.
The bigger they get, the bigger I get, and just give me the big bass, baby.
Look, I'm all about. I like to catch fish, but if I'm out there catching a bunch of 2-pounders, I'm like, okay, I got to go deeper because I need something a little bit bigger. Now, in a
deeper is, dude, you're wrong. You're fucking wrong. You're wrong.
Don't start with me.
No, deeper is not.
I will school you in buck
No,
Perry
I will
plug
you
in a minute.
Dude, deeper is not always the fucking answer. Deeper is not always
the answer. I didn't say it was
deeper,
always the answer.
Deeper, 9
the
times
home
out
of the
of
big
10.
fish is deeper. The home of the big fish is deep water.
No, it
Hell
ain't.
no.
All right, time out.
Hell
Time
no.
out. This is Bass and Brews. I'm in fucking charge here.
Oh God! Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna give you some homework, Zech. Go research Buck Perry spoon plugging. Go research that shit, and it will open your mind to a whole different.
Go research the fish that I have caught in the last 3 freaking years.
But no, because I don't have anything to research on that.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Big boys and big girls like to be shallow.
Hey, Josh Chitwood.
Yep.
Wacky rig or Texas rig?
Texas rig.
You know what? That does not surprise me, and I'm okay with that answer. That's kind of an old school technique when you compare the two, and you grew up in an old school fishing family.
Now, I will tell you, over the past 5 years, the biggest fish I've caught tournament fishing have come from a spinning reel. with a Neko rig, technically a wacky rig. But that is because I fish very pressured water. And
so everything I said is a load of shit.
Nope, they were shallow. They were shallow. I agree with you, buddy. I agree with you. Here's the thing.
All right.
Go ahead. Nope, we're not going to talk about spoon plugging or poon plugging. None of that bullshit. We're not.
Wait. Are we talking about spooning?
Nope.
Who we spooning?
You're not here this weekend, buddy.
I can guarantee you Jimmy don't want to talk about spooning because he has never been the big spoon ever.
Oh, dude. No. Not a chance. I need to feel something caressed.
Well, I mean, yeah, because them little short, stubby legs, there's no way you could cradle.
God, they're for how small they are, they're just so goddamn powerful. But listen,
Are you like a T-Rex? Do you have short little arms too?
I have a 6'1" wingspan, dude. I'm built like a Neanderthal.
So you.
I was supposed to be tall, and I didn't.
You're like George Murgeon from the waist up and Spud Webb from the waist down.
Like Ron Jeremy from the waist down, if you know what I'm
saying.
George
Murgeon was like a 7'2" guy in the NBA, and Spud Webb was like 5'2" who won a dunk contest.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So you're more like Alex Rudd from the waist up, good friend of the show, and you're like Alex Castanuega. Alex Castanuega from the waist down, 4'2".
Oh, right. good old Alex Rudd. I sure wish I knew who he was because he blocked me on Instagram. Anyways,
Zech.
Yes.
Slow jams or hype music on the way to the boat ramp.
Slow jams.
What?
Yup.
What are we listening to?
Jazz, baby.
I listen to jazz and blues, baby.
I love it. I'm not a big jazz fan, but I
do
love some blues.
Hell yeah, man. No, that's the rhythms of the universe, man.
All right, this is a question for both of you that you do not have to take your headphones off, but the next two I will need y'all to separate from the podcast so we get your true reactions. The first one I'm going to ask that I want both of y'all to answer is, do you eat largemouth bass?
I would, but I have not. Well, I have, but I don't. But I would.
If I'm camping, yes, I eat largemouth bass.
So y'all aren't this, it tastes like mud, it's a trash fish.
Fuck you.
No. So the deal with largemouth bass is the rule for me is 2 pounds and under, eat. 2 pounds and over, you let them go.
There you go. Look, that's and there's been numerous studies here over the last 3 or 4 years where there's the thing with people not keeping largemouth bass, and it's
a problem.
It inhibiting the growth
of
the largemouth bass because we're not keeping enough, and they're the apex predator. So
So not only that, but here's the deal. I need you all to think about this real freaking
He's
hard.
about to take his fucking do-rag off, so y'all better listen to this shit.
So if you catch a bass that's under 2 pounds and you're camping and it's a campfire deal, just do as the Romans do. Have fun.
Have sex with a bunch of dudes.
That's right.
It's
great.
Catch largemouth bass?
They did. All of them. Look it up. Over 2 pounds. They're just not so good. They're just not so good.
It's fatty.
I disagree with all of you. A 10-pounder tastes just as good as a 1.
You are out of your freaking mind. No. Hey, listen. I need to ask you a question.
Turkey. It's not a turkey.
When was your last?
Tastes like fish.
When was your last lobotomy?
I don't even know what that is.
When was the last time a doctor drilled a fucking drill into your fucking brain? This is what I'm asking you.
Not only has there been a last time, there's not been a first time.
No, big bass tastes like shit.
Anyway, you're wrong. This is Bass and Brews. This isn't the
This is his podcast, Zach. You don't want to get exiled.
Podcast. You will not win because I can silence you. All right. All right. Here we go. Last two questions. Josh, I need you to disconnect so you don't hear anything. All right, Zeshe, have you ever eaten beaver?
I have not.
Okay. Josh, headphones. Josh, headphones. There we go. All right. Josh, have you ever eaten beaver?
Yes.
How is it prepared?
Sashimi.
I don't know if we're talking about the same beaver house.
Wait, take your headphones back. Take your headphones back off.
The animal, no.
Okay. Well, what other beaver are we talking about?
He said
Hammer.
sashimi.
Oh. Mr. Hammer.
Look, both of you live where there are large populations of beaver. And
yes, there are a
large.
Somewhere,
I know.
Somewhere they are trapping them, and if you catch one, you put it on your big green egg or your Rectech grill or your Weber, whatever you got to smoke, and you cook it just like you would pulled pork, and it's delicious.
I don't know anything about eating the beaver you're talking about besides the fact that if you squeeze a beaver's anal gland, you will get a substance that tastes like strawberry or vanilla.
Well, it's vanilla, not strawberry.
It's
vanilla.
It's both. It's both, baby.
Vanilla extract. Also, there's a lot of shit that come from beaver that is castor oil come from beaver.
Yes, exactly. Castor oil. Yes, it's
Happiness.
Both, baby.
Happiness.
Hey, if you squeeze a beaver hard enough, I heard a poop will come out too. All right.
What happens if you punch one?
I don't know. Zeshe, disconnect. All right, Josh, Jimmy, Chitwood, this is what Bass and Brews podcast is known for. This is the mecca. This is what the Brewskis are going to give you the most shit for. And Zeshe, you better turn your volume off. Can you hear me? No. Okay. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Sandwich proteins?
Sandwich proteins.
Number 1, roast beef.
All right.
Number 2, chicken.
Okay.
Number 3, turkey. Did I hit the Holy Trinity?
No, you were very safe with your answer. I just wanted to fuck with Zeshe.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah. No, those are good, safe answers. All right, Zeshe.
Zeshe froze. There he is.
All right, Zeshe.
Yes.
This is what Bass and Brews is known for. The Brewskis are going to absolutely annihilate you if you fuck this question up. So you can't think about your answers because this is a shotgun round. So it's got to come from the heart, buddy. You gotta talk with it deep. All right. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
My top 3 sandwich proteins? Fucking black beans, steak, and eggs.
This motherfucker just said black beans was one of his top 3 proteins. First of all right, I've heard of bean burgers, right? I get it. I understand it. You don't want to eat meat. You want a burger.
I got celiac, motherfucker.
And he's eating, but no, you didn't even say black bean burger. You just said black beans. Like,
yeah, black beans.
I'm thinking somebody throwing black beans.
I'm going to get some Wonder Bread, a couple loaf breads, and you know what? I'm going.
Hey, if you want to go get Wonder Breads and like literally inject the fluoride straight into your fucking brain, be my guest.
Hold up. I'm going fishing tomorrow, and I'm going to take a can of black beans up out of there, and I'm just going to pour them onto a piece of loaf bread, take another piece of loaf bread, put it on top, put it in a sandwich bag, and 4 hours later, I'm going to pull it out and eat it. I mean, it's going to be fucking black bean and bread soup. That is, look, we've had people say spinach on here. This isn't as
black
bad
beans,
as
steak, and eggs. You said protein, brother. You said protein. Protein. You said protein.
But beans are not considered a protein. They have protein in them.
Oh no. Yes, they are.
No, they are not considered a protein. They have protein in them.
You got your shit all upside down.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yes,
they're considered a grain. They are a grain. Oh my word! This man needs to go read dictionary. All right. Look, we chartered new territory with if you would have said black bean burger, we would have been all right. Honestly. I could have taken that.
I ain't gonna lie.
But you just put black beans on a fucking
black
sandwich.
Beans. That's
on a
right.
Sandwich.
Dude, I put fucking black beans on a fucking corn tortilla every fucking day.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a fucking tortilla. It is it's a U. The shit is made to go into tortillas. Not a sandwich, not two. Like, how do you keep the?
Dude, I got celiac. I don't eat fucking bread. I don't eat bread. There is no bread.
Sandwich.
There's no bread.
Celiac bread. Keto bread?
Dude, that's bullshit. If you want to pay fucking $8,000 for a slice of fucking bread,
well, here's the deal.
Go ahead.
I ask you your sandwich proteins. So whatever you make your celiac sandwiches with, tortilla ain't one of them. I mean, tortillas ain't one. It has to be like I don't even. This is
all right. Here's the deal. I don't make sandwiches. Ask Josh. I don't make sandwiches.
Well, obviously we can tell because bitch, you was putting them on a damn piece of beans on a piece of bread.
Black beans, steak, eggs. The end.
I could live off of that diet. I really could.
It works.
Yes, I bet it does. It's delicious. Kind of expensive though.
Nah.
All right. Well, look, y'all. This was phenomenal. I mean, this was absolutely wonderful. We've got 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I'm going to fuck with Alex and tell him that there's a lot of editing we need to do. So I'm going to take my yellow legal pad and write down just a bunch of times and say,
Alex,
hey, man, you really got to go edit this out. And so he's going to be all worried and upset and bullshit. But anyway, hey, this was awesome, guys. This was a great time. I'm glad I got to do it without Alex because we could then pick on Josh about being a shawty. And, it wasn't the same short Alex jokes that I got to put around. Well, I'll tell you this. Alex does this before the shotgun round because usually that's what ruins people's careers. And it might, y'all, because Zech said beans for a sandwich. But anyway, y'all got anybody you want to shout out, that helps you with your business, helps you with fishing?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like that?
Shout your hell yeah.
Out. This is the time to do it now. Say
the
hell yeah
wolf,
one more time.
The Wolf of Walmart. Hell yeah. I want to shout out Dave Yerk. Probably the best pro staff member that ever walked the face of the freaking earth. Dude pride. Dave Yerk. Wolf of Walmart. We love you, brother. We love you, brother. Now,
hey, I will say this is why this podcast happened because Dave Yerk got us all connected by sending Alex and I a box.
Yeah, we had no freaking idea. Dave was like, hey, I want to send my buddies a couple boxes. We were like, okay. And so we sent them. But no. Literally, so Dave not only did this, but Dave also flew from California, where he's from, out to Columbus, Ohio, and spent last year at the Columbus Expo. He flew out literally to hang out with us at the Columbus Expo. Great freaking dude, man. And not to mention our pro staff. I can be a bit of a dick, and I expect a lot. And I'm pretty demanding, and our pro staff is constantly understanding, and they do what they're asked to do, and it's fucking amazing.
We did have somebody leave our pro staff group chat though.
I appreciate that. Who? Adam? Dude, he left a while ago, man. He left a while ago. That's that Northeast shit. Like, I don't know. Those guys are flaky.
Hey, this is a time to shout people out and have a good time. We ain't diving back into no more drama.
Jarama. Jarama. Can we coin that?
No
Can
drama,
we coin that?
sis.
Jarama.
If you coined if you coined a quarter of the shit I said on this fucking show that was coinable, we would have more money than the United States of America. I can guarantee.
Well,
I
you
say
need to
some stupid
restructure. You need to restructure your fucking business.
I would, but Alex went off and fucking retired from the Coast Guard and went and got a fucking job. So now,
By the way, where the fuck is Alex?
Exactly. Good question. I don't know.
He fell off his
told
fucking
you,
step stool.
He fell off his daughter's step stool, and he hurt something, and they had to wheel him around in their daughter's American Girl stroller because that's the only thing it would fit in without sliding off.
Alex, I just want to say, even though you're not here and you didn't care about Dark Horse Tackle being here, we still appreciate you. And one day we would like to have a chat with you.
Alex, I know you look up to us because you don't have a choice. But suck a dick, dumb shit.
They call me the Houdini of weenies.
That's it. Houdini weenie?
Yep, they call me the Houdini of weenies. All right, guys.
Hey,
well, look. Hey,
Paul, it's been a blast. It's been a blast, Paul.
Oh man, it has. Look, this is a long episode. This is what happens when Alex is not here. We have longer episodes because there's nobody here to rein shit in, and I will rein shit in, but it's usually about 15 to 20 minutes too late. So this is what happens. But hey, again, this is Bass and Brews Podcast. We are here to hear the stories and talk shit and have a good time. And if it goes long, it goes long. If it doesn't go as long, it's still going to be long. But this was an awesome time. We appreciate y'all coming on. You know, we had never really talked, obviously met, but we never really talked until kind of today, a little bit here and there, at least for us. I know Alex is one that set this up and then had conversations.
I mean, you and I flirted a little bit this afternoon.
We did. We had to. I had to reach out and kind of gauge on what kind of debauchery I needed to bring tonight. It did not take long for me to realize that I needed to be a menace.
I was holding back. I was holding back a little bit because, see, like through the DMs, I'm very professional because I don't really know who I'm dealing with. But in real life, you get a couple beers in me, buddy. I am the personification of a strip club, a casino.
A what?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm a wild guy, Paul.
With a mustache like that, I can completely understand it.
I just go places and I'm like, hey, look at this. You see this shit on my face? I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking care.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a great way to end the podcast. So listen, y'all stick around. We're gonna hang out in the green room a little bit. We have to tell people that because still people be signing off early, and once you sign off, you can't come back in. So hang on because we got a little song and a little ditty to come out here. Y'all look. Thank you for joining Bass and Brews podcast with Dark Horse Tackle. This was a great time. All the brewskis, make sure you're sharing this shit. And if you listen to this podcast on Stitcher, and I don't know of any brewski that's peasant enough to be listening to Stitcher. If you are, you're going to have to step up your game because Stitcher's going away very soon. So you're going to have to go to another listening podcast platform. Thank y'all so much. We love all of you. Well, oh my God, you're fucking my intro.
I am.
What?
I'm fucking it right up.
What, Zech?
I don't care if it's Dark Horse Tackle or not. Take the time, support American small business.
Yes.
Whether it's Dark Horse Tackle or not, support American small business. Do your duty.
My duty is to please that booty, and with that, hell.